Upon parting ways, Lin Dong was so infuriated by his romantic rival that he succumbed to unconsciousness, spitting blood. Upon awakening, he discovered himself endowed with a transcendental system of opulence, mandating his expenditure of countless trillions. Henceforth, Lin Dong ascended to the pinnacle of existence, proclaiming, "No more pretenses, for I am a billionaire of untold wealth. I lay my cards upon the table." The text begins. Lin Dong, let us part ways. Beside the secluded grove near the playground of Jiangnan University, Zhang Shan spoke to her boyfriend, Lin Dong. Shan, why? What have I done wrong? Why are you so heartless? Lin Dong asked somewhat fervently. They were high school classmates and had been a couple since their senior year. Despite Lin Dong's modest family background, his handsome appearance and good academic performance made him the epitome of a warm-hearted man, naturally attracting admiration from female classmates during their youthful high school days. Zhang Shan was no less remarkable, being the class flower, with slightly inferior academic performance compared to Lin Dong but still undoubtedly outstanding. When they got together, they had promised their teachers repeatedly that they would never let their studies suffer, and if their grades dropped, they would break up. This assurance allowed their teachers to turn a blind eye to their relationship. Indeed, as they had promised, both of them gained admission to a prestigious national university, Jiangnan University, leaving many envious. However, Lin Dong never expected that within less than a year of entering university, Zhang Shan would start to distance herself from him, and now she was directly breaking up with him. In fact, since the beginning of this semester, he had noticed Zhang Shan's changes. Whenever they were together, Zhang Shan seemed distracted, and she had repeatedly refused to go on dates with him for various reasons. One Saturday, he even saw Zhang Shan getting into the car of a playboy from their class. However, he kept comforting himself, thinking that maybe it was just a simple gathering among classmates. But today, Zhang Shan proposed breaking up, shattering Lin Dong's illusions completely. "Lin Dong, let's part amicably and leave each other with fond memories, shall we?" she said. Shan, tell me, is it because of Huang Junlang? So what if it is? Shan, Huang Junlang is a notorious playboy in the school. Last semester, he got one of our classmates pregnant. Don't you know? Junlang has explained to me. It was just a mistake made in a drunken moment by everyone, and it was the girl who initiated it. He compensated her afterward. Shan, don't believe his words. He's deceiving you. He's dating many other girls at the same time. Alright, Lin Dong, I've just come to inform you today. Please don't bother me anymore. Goodbye. After saying this, Zhang Shan tried to leave but was caught by Lin Dong. Shan, listen to me, Huang Junlang is really not a good person, don't let him deceive you. Did he force you? He must have. I'll go talk to him. Shaking off Lin Dong's hand, Zhang Shan said, Lin Dong, stop deluding yourself. Junlang didn't force me. It was my choice. I don't want to be with you anymore. After graduation, we'll have to work hard to earn money, buy houses and cars, and even take out loans. We'll be slaves to mortgages for a lifetime. I want to eat well, dress well, and live well. Do you understand? Do you see this bag on me? It's the latest from LV, costing over 10,000. You'll never be able to afford this kind of lifestyle with me. Junlang can give me what you never can. But Huang Junlang is just playing with you. He won't marry you. There have been several others he's abandoned. Lin Dong, I'm just letting you know. If you want to see me in a sorry state because of a breakup, you'll be disappointed. There are plenty of women in the world. I, Lin Dong, won't hang myself on one tree. Though his heart was bleeding, Lin Dong remained stubborn. He could display heartbreak and lack of dignity in front of Zhang Shan, but he would never show it in front of Huang Junlang. Lin Dong, I just want to tell you one thing. After whispering something in Lin Dong's ear, Huang Junlang took a few steps forward and said, Shan has a great figure. I didn't expect that after being together for so long, you two are still. Well, I should go now. Shan is waiting for me. I've booked a presidential suite at the Golden Leaf Hotel. Do you know the Golden Leaf Hotel? It's an 8-star hotel. You can never afford a meal there in your lifetime. With that, Huang Junlang left, laughing heartily. After hearing Huang Junlang's words, Lin Dong felt dizzy. They had been together for 4 years, and in all that time, they had only held hands and kissed. Every time Lin Dong tried to go further, Zhang Shan stopped him, saying she would save the best for him until marriage. But he never imagined that Zhang Shan would with Huang Junlang after just a few days. At this moment, Lin Dong felt his mind roiling, his eyes turning bloodshot. Unable to control himself, he vomited blood and collapsed. When Lin Dong regained consciousness, he was in the school infirmary. As he was about to get up, a voice rang in his mind. Ding! Super rich system binding complete. 10%. 30%. 50%. 80%. 100%. Super rich system binding complete. Immediately, a panel appeared in front of Lin Dong, visible only to him. Host, Lin Dong. Balance 100,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 yuan. Physique 15, weak. Spirit 28, average. Skills can be freely added, requiring expenditure of super rich points. Super rich points 0. Before Lin Dong could fully comprehend, the voice sounded in his mind again. Welcome, host Lin Dong, to use the super rich system. This system is bound 1-to-1 and cannot be transferred. Once the host dies, the system disappears. The host's balance is linked to major banks in the world, allowing direct payment via fingerprints, facial recognition, or iris scanning system gameplay. After spending 1 billion yuan, host Lin Dong will receive a super rich point, which can be used to enhance physique, increase comprehension, add skills, or upgrade skill levels. Rule: the system has only one rule. The host is not allowed to bargain for anything. Bargainers are not worthy of owning this system. Lin Dong was still pondering the authenticity of the so-called super rich system when the door of the infirmary where he was opened. A beautiful woman in her 30s, wearing a white nurse uniform, walked in. She was the doctor of the school infirmary, named Chen Xian, 32 years old, married for several years but still childless. Her husband was the owner of a small company. However, it was rumored that her relationship with her husband was not good. Recently, they were heading for divorce. Rumors in the school said that her husband, in order to secure a deal with a large company, drugged her drink with the intention of having her entertain the company's boss for a night. However, she discovered it early and fled back to the school while he was in the restroom. She had been living on campus ever since, seeking legal action for divorce. Student, you can leave as soon as you wake up. Remember to eat more nourishing food when you get back. Your health is poor, and this won't do. Try to stay calm and not let things get to you easily, Chen Xian said to Lin Dong as he opened his eyes and lay on the bed. Thank you, Dr. Chen. I understand, Lin Dong said as he got up and walked out of the infirmary, feeling a bit dizzy. Ah, are students nowadays also devoted? Chen Xian sighed. Then she thought of her own husband. Back in university, she and her husband had been just as deeply in love. However, last month, he had secretly drugged her for the sake of the company's development. Attempting such a thing, if she hadn't discovered it early, the consequences would have been unimaginable. She still couldn't understand why he would do such a thing. Walking around the school, many students pointed and whispered when they saw Lin Dong because he had become famous. There were many on and off couples at Jiangnan University, but someone fainting from a breakup was a first in the school's history. Plus, with Huang Junlang's deliberate publicity, Lin Dong became famous at Jiangnan University in just half a day. However, Lin Dong had no mind to care about these things now. As he walked out of the school gate, he felt a bit thirsty. He went to the self-service water dispenser next to the school, intending to buy a bottle of mineral water. When it was time to pay, Lin Dong instinctively wanted to use the balance on his phone, but then he remembered the super rich system he had just found. He decided to test its authenticity, so he chose fingerprint payment. Ding! The super rich system successfully paid 3 yuan. The self-service water dispenser produced a bottle of mineral water. Can it really be true? Lin Dong muttered to himself as he held the mineral water. Then Lin Dong saw the information on the panel. Host, Lin Dong. Balance, 999999999999997. Physique, 15, weak. Spirit, 28, average. Skills can be freely added, requiring expenditure of super rich points. Super rich points, 0. Ha ha ha. Lin Dong suddenly burst into laughter. The super rich system turned out to be real. So, from now on, he would be richer than anyone else in the world. The world's richest man? A joke. The Forbes ranking? A joke. All of you combined don't have as much as me. From now on, Lin Dong would live a different life. The past 20 years had been too stifling. For the next few decades, he would live brilliantly, freely, and effortlessly. Anyone who looked down on him would be slapped back hard by him. After calming down, Lin Dong arrived at a nearby 8-star hotel, the Golden Leaf Hotel. Intending to eat first, he was so hungry that he felt dizzy just walking. This was the most advanced and expensive hotel in Jiangnan province. "Sir, may I help you with something?" A tall, fair-skinned waitress walked up to Lin Dong as he entered. "Eat." Lin Dong replied. "May I ask how many guests?" The waitress asked politely. "Just me." "Please follow me, sir." The waitress made a gesture of invitation. Lin Dong had thought that the waitress would take him directly to dine, but she unexpectedly brought him to the front desk. "Sir, do you have a membership card?" asked a staff member at the front desk. There were several others beside him, and these staff members were almost like flight attendants, all of them over 1.7 meters tall, fair-skinned, and beautiful with long legs. "No," Lin Dong replied. "Sir, I'm sorry, but all the food here is high-end, imported from abroad, and if it's not finished the same day, it's discarded to ensure absolute freshness. Therefore, the prices here are much higher than elsewhere. If you don't have a membership card, you'll need to pay a deposit for dining." "How do I get a membership card?" "Sir, our hotel's membership card charges 1 million yuan for regular membership, 2 million yuan for advanced membership, and 5 million yuan for VIP membership." "Then give me one." "Sir, how much would you like to recharge?" "Sir, how much did you say?" "I didn't quite catch it just now," the receptionist stuttered slightly. "I said, start with 1 billion, I replied." "Sir, are you sure?" the receptionist asked hesitantly. "Absolutely," I affirmed. "Sir, please wait a moment. Our manager will be with you shortly," she responded, her voice tinged with uncertainty. Subsequently, the receptionist retrieved a walkie-talkie and called out, "Is Manager Zhao available? Please come to the lobby." Most likely, she thought Lin Dong was just causing trouble, as he didn't seem like someone who could casually top up a membership card with 1 billion. Hence, she promptly summoned the manager. "Received," a crisp voice came through the walkie-talkie. Before long, a young woman in her 20s, clad in a black professional suit, strode over. "What's the matter?" the elegant female manager inquired as she approached the front desk. The receptionist discreetly whispered a few words into the manager's ear. "Sir, may I ask if you intend to recharge a membership card with 1 billion? the manager asked Lin Dong. "Yes," he replied confidently. "Are you absolutely certain?" she pressed. "Yes." "Sir, which bank would you like to use for payment?" The manager began operating the computer at the front desk, her fingers poised. "Any will do," Lin Dong replied. "And the payment method?" "Fingerprint." "Very well, sir." "Please verify the amount and then press confirm, placing your finger here," the manager instructed, turning the computer screen towards Lin Dong for confirmation of the sum. After a brief glance confirming the billion, Lin Dong pressed confirm and placed his finger on the fingerprint scanner. 3 seconds later, a mechanical voice rang out from the front desk. "Transfer successful. Transfer of 1 billion received successfully." In that moment, all the tall, slender receptionists at the front desk, including the manager, collectively gasped in astonishment. Their disdainful gazes towards Lin Dong swiftly transformed into admiration, almost as if they wanted to devour him with their eyes. Jia Xian had been working as the lobby manager at this 5-star hotel for over 3 years now. She had encountered many wealthy individuals, seen fortunes ranging from tens of billions to hundreds of billions. After all, only those with considerable wealth frequented this establishment. Though membership card refunds were possible, and many large corporations routinely recharged millions here, directly recharging 1 billion was unprecedented. Such an act indicated a net worth well above 100 billion, otherwise, one wouldn't dare to play around in this manner. While Forbes listed individuals with hundreds of billions at the forefront, Jia Xian realized after entering this circle that there were far more hidden billionaires in the world than acknowledged. Most of these affluent individuals preferred to remain discreet, and the young man before her was undoubtedly one of the elite among them. So young, he was undoubtedly a super-rich scion of a hidden dynasty. Initially, upon seeing Lin Dong, Jia Xian had looked down upon him. His attire amounted to less than 200 in total, such individuals were a dime a dozen. Upon hearing from the front desk that Lin Dong intended to recharge a $1 billion membership card, Zhao Xian immediately presumed he was merely jesting with them, yet, out of professional decorum, she meticulously inquired of Lin Dong and facilitated his payment. In her mind, she even anticipated the payment to fail, curious about Lin Dong's reaction. She had even prepared to summon security. However, to her astonishment, the payment went through successfully. Truly, appearances could be deceiving. Having mingled with the upper echelons of society, Zhao Xian harbored an intense yearning for that sphere. Although many nouveau riche individuals had hinted at her, she didn't hold them in high regard. Most were merely after her body, and from what she knew, none of those who had dropped hints were genuinely wealthy, they were all pseudo-rich half-wits. What she desired was the favor of genuine aristocrats, those who remained discreet. The young man before her was evidently a king among them, casually spending $1 billion to recharge a meal card without batting an eye. He fit her criteria perfectly: young, wealthy, and low-key. Zhao Xian was determined to align herself with this towering figure. It was the best opportunity to change her fate, one she couldn't afford to miss. She had absolute confidence in her own abilities. Meanwhile, the receptionist who had called the manager over through the walkie-talkie was now filled with regret. If she had directly handled Lin Dong's request, the transaction would have counted towards her sales. But by summoning the manager, she would only get a minor share. Collecting her thoughts, Zhao Xian turned to Lin Dong and said, "Sir, please show me your ID. I'll proceed with the membership card for you." Lin Dong handed his ID to Zhao Xian. He had already discerned her perfunctory attitude. If they hadn't asked for his ID before the transfer, why would they need it afterward? It was evident they didn't truly believe he intended to recharge $1 billion. Nonetheless, Lin Dong was unperturbed. Over the past 20 years, he had faced plenty of disdain. Moreover, the staff here were relatively polite. Elsewhere, he might have been ejected by security long ago. "I'm a student at Jiangnan University nearby. Starting today, I'll be dining here 3 times a day. Prepare the finest ingredients for me according to the standards of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If I'm absent for any reason, dispose of the food directly, and continue with the next meal as usual," Lin Dong declared. As soon as Lin Dong finished speaking, those present were once again startled. If the finest ingredients were used for all 3 meals every day, even for one person, it would likely cost hundreds of thousands per day. Dispose of the food if absent? That was beyond extravagant. This wasn't merely a case of being rich, it was downright opulent. Moreover, the fact that he was a student at Jiangnan University, yet so lavish, elevated him beyond the realm of nouveau riche to that of a legendary elite. All eyes gazed upon Lin Dong with stars in them, each person longing to cozy up to this towering figure. Even if it meant sacrificing a little, they had no qualms about it. They didn't dare hope to marry into such an elite family, but as long as they could establish even the slightest connection with him, it would bring boundless benefits. At this moment, a mere hint from Lin Dong, and these individuals would likely queue up to be by his side. "Very well, Mr. Lin, we will fulfill your requests," the receptionist said. After completing the membership card process, Lin Dong was escorted into a luxurious private room. "Mr. Lin, this is our hotel's finest private room. We'll serve your meal shortly. Here's my business card. Feel free to call me if you need anything. I'll provide you with the highest level of service," Zhao Xian said, handing Lin Dong her personal business card. It wasn't provided by the hotel but was privately printed by herself, exclusively for those who met her standards. Lin Dong accepted Zhao Xian's card. When receiving the card, Zhao Xian intentionally or unintentionally grazed Lin Dong's hand with her fair and slender fingers, sending a tingling sensation through him. What tender hands! This woman is quite adept at seduction, truly a siren, Lin Dong thought to himself. Soon, a table full of dishes was served. From lobster, abalone, king crab, shark's fin, bird's nest, Japanese wagyu beef, foie gras, Spanish ham, to caviar, all the world's top-notch ingredients were present. Each dish looked exquisite, stimulating the appetite just by sight. There was even a bottle of Lafite Rothschild 83. The spread on the table probably cost over $1 million, but Lin Dong didn't mind. He was genuinely poor now, with only money left. If he couldn't finish it, he would simply discard it. He had money. Lin Dong sampled each dish. Truly deserving of a 5-star hotel, they excelled in color, aroma, and taste. "Mr. Lin, how does it taste? Are you satisfied?" Zhao Xian leaned in behind Lin Dong, her warm breath brushing against the back of his neck, quite pleasing. Very good, very good. It's truly outstanding, both in terms of flavor and presentation. I'm very satisfied. Lin Dong exclaimed. As long as you're satisfied, Mr. Lin. Please enjoy your meal. If you need anything, just let me know. I won't disturb your dining anymore, Zhao Xin said, preparing to leave. Miss Xiao, with so many dishes, I can't finish them alone. Moreover, such fine ingredients feel incomplete without a beautiful lady's company. Would you do me the honor of dining with me? Lin Dong asked. Lin Dong genuinely found Zhao Xin impressive. Her figure, face, and attire were top-notch, exuding an alluring fragrance that could easily arouse masculine hormones. Even her subtle movements were tantalizing, tickling his senses. Dining with such a beauty would be an absolute delight. This, Mr. Lin, might not be appropriate. Besides, it's work hours for me, Zhao Xian hesitated. She actually wanted to dine with Lin Dong. Such opportunities for bonding were rare, and she coveted them. Moreover, despite being the lobby manager here, she hadn't tasted many of the top-notch ingredients laid out on the table. However, she understood the importance of maintaining some reserve. A woman needed to be coy, to be elusive. A half-naked seduction was never as enticing as wearing semi-transparent clothes. Work hours? That's just an excuse. If your boss gives you trouble, just let me know. I'll handle it. If that doesn't work, I'll simply buy the hotel, and I'll make you the boss, Lin Dong declared boldly. In that case, I'll respectfully accept, Zhao Xian replied. She abandoned her reserve and seated herself, ready to pour wine for Lin Dong. If she made any more excuses, she might anger him. It was crucial to seize the moment just right. As for Lin Dong's earlier statement about buying the hotel and making her the boss, she simply smiled it off. It was a joke. Buying this hotel would cost at least 15 billion. Though she held Lin Dong in high regard, she doubted he possessed such wealth. Of course, her skepticism about Lin Dong's capability didn't extend to his family's resources. Nowadays, many people had net worths in the tens or hundreds of billions, or even trillions, but most of it was tied up in stocks and similar virtual assets. Only a few could readily produce several hundred billion in cash. These were the true aristocrats. If Lin Dong truly bought this Golden Leaf Hotel and made her the boss, she would be wholeheartedly devoted to him, willing to do anything for him. Lin Dong was unaware of Zhao Xian's current thoughts, otherwise, he would have bought the hotel on the spot. What was the big deal? Even if it cost 150 billion, he'd buy it. The two of them enjoyed their meal amidst laughter and conversation. Lin Dong emerged from the exquisite 8-star hotel after dining, gazing back at the hotel entrance where Zhao Xian, accompanied by several attendants, bid farewell with respectful bows. Lin Dong felt as if the world had suddenly become exceptionally beautiful. What about Zhang Shan? If I wish to, I could assemble a harem of 3,000 beauties. What shall we do next? Certainly, it's time to acquire a residence. Lin Dong had long grown weary of the school dormitory. Sharing a room with 4 people had lost its charm. Currently, only 2 remained, as the other 2 had found girlfriends and moved out to rent elsewhere. Moreover, even the remaining roommate was said to be in a passionate relationship, planning to relocate. Lin Dong had once considered renting a place outside to live with Jiang Shan, but she adamantly refused the thought of Jiang Shan sleeping with Huang Junlang just a few days after their breakup stabbed at Lin Dong's heart. Damn it, if only I had been more forceful from the start. Now, that wretched Huang Junlang has reaped the benefits. Lin Dong cursed inwardly. At that moment, Lin Dong's worn-out second-hand phone rang. Glancing at the caller ID, it was his roommate Lu Peng. Though Lin Dong had moved out to enjoy shamelessly with his girlfriend, they had lived together for over a year, and their bond remained strong. Additionally, accommodation fees were bundled with tuition, so even if they didn't live on campus, the fees were still paid. Thus, they occasionally returned to the dormitory to indulge in some gaming. Lin Dong answered the call. Donzi, where are you? We're at the infirmary with the doctor saying you've left. We've heard about what happened. Please, don't do anything foolish. Try to be optimistic, out with the old, in with the new. Once you're feeling better, let's arrange a gathering and help you find someone better. Lu Peng's voice sounded anxious over the phone. Lin Dong found some comfort in hearing from them, replying, Da Peng, where are you thinking I'd go? How could I possibly do anything foolish? Don't worry about me, I'll be back soon. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm sure. Then tell me, where are you right now? We'll come to find you. Don't bother, I'm already home. Rest assured, I'll be back in 2 or 3 days. Really? Of course. Go home and relax. Think about your family who loves you and us, your brothers. Alright, I'm not that foolish. Don't worry. Hang up. Jiangnan International Mansion.
The houses here are the most expensive in Jiangnan province,
starting at an average price of 200,000.
Of course, the location here is also the best.
The entire Jiangnan International Mansion is surrounded by the river on 3 sides.
The scenery is beyond words. There are only 6 buildings here, each with 38 floors.
The smallest unit is over 200 square meters, and the largest is over 1,000 square meters.
This is where the Real elites gather. Luxury cars fill the parking lot, and cars worth less than $1 million are too embarrassed to enter.
Lin Dong arrived at the sales office of Jiangnan International Mansion.
Entering the lobby of the sales office, it seemed somewhat empty. Only 5 or 6 sales ladies were chatting in small groups.
Upon seeing Lin Dong enter, not a single one was willing to approach.
Jiangnan International Mansion has been on the market for 3 years, but the houses have yet to sell out. They are simply too expensive, with even the smallest units costing tens of millions, which not everyone can afford. When it first opened, there were quite a few people coming to view and buy, but after 2 years, those who could afford it had already made their purchases, while those who couldn't still couldn't. So, most of the staff who were present at the opening had already left. Many of the sales ladies had left with millions in commissions. After all, with a single house costing tens of millions to billions, even a small commission could fill their pockets. Initially, the commission was only 2,000s, but now it had risen to 1%. However, it was still difficult to sell even 2 houses in a year. Many people were just here to secure a backup. Seeing Lin Dong enter, they could tell by his attire that he wasn't here to buy a house. Therefore, they continued chatting amongst themselves, completely ignoring him. Lin Dong felt somewhat awkward at this moment. The people chatting clearly had no intention of acknowledging him, and there wasn't even anyone at the front desk. He didn't know whom to ask. However, after standing for 2 or 3 minutes, a young woman in her mid-20s emerged from the restroom at the sales office.
Cui Jia had just started selling houses at Jiangnan International Mansion last month.
Her uncle had paid someone 10,000 yuan to get her in. She came from a small town and had thought that selling houses in such a high-end place would surely earn her big money. However, after more than a month, she hadn't even received a single customer. In over a month, there were so few people coming to view the houses that she could count them on her fingers.
As soon as they entered, those senior employees would rush to serve them, leaving her with no opportunity. Moreover, in her month here, not a single house had been sold in Jiangnan International Mansion.
Today, as soon as she came out of the restroom, she saw a young man about her age standing in the lobby. Since the senior employees didn't seem interested in serving him, she walked over.
"Sir, are you here to view houses?" Cui Jia asked Lin Dong. Yes, Lin Dong replied.
Cui Jia felt a glimmer of hope. Finally, she had a chance to show a customer around.
"Sir, what type of unit are you interested in? What types of units do you have here?" Cui Jia proceeded to enthusiastically introduce Lin Dong to a variety of options. There weren't many units left here, so Lin Dong's choices were limited.
Finally, Lin Dong chose a large flat on the 22nd floor of Building 3, spanning 500 square meters.
Cui Jia obtained the key from the front desk, and they proceeded to view the property.
As soon as they left, discussions erupted in the lobby.
Him, coming to view a house?
Just look at his attire, all cheap stuff.
Clearly a loser. Does he even know where this is? Exactly.
Every square meter here could probably sustain him for a lifetime. Only a newbie like Cui Jia would waste time with him.
He's probably from the countryside, unaware of the property prices here.
He'll be scared stiff when he finds out, huh? Right, let's wait until he makes his choice, then we'll have a good laugh 2 hours later. Lin Dong and Cui Jia returned to the sales lobby. Seated on the chairs at the edge of the lobby, Cui Jia brewed a cup of tea for Lin Dong.
"Mr. Lin, are you still satisfied with what you've seen?" Cui Jia asked, sitting opposite Lin Dong. "Not particularly, the location of Building 3 isn't ideal. Do you have any remaining units in Building 1?
Lin Dong felt that Building 1 had the best location.
Since he was buying, and money wasn't an issue, he wanted the best. Just a moment, Mr. Lin, let me check for you. Cui Jia picked up her tablet and began searching for information for Lin Dong. Mr. Lin, there's only one remaining unit in Building 1 due to its excellent location. It's located on the top floors, spanning the 37th and 38th floors, and it's a large duplex penthouse, occupying the pinnacle of Building 1. It has a total area of 1,300 square meters. However, the price is on the higher side, so I wouldn't recommend it to you, Cui Jia advised. Oh? Can we still go take a look? Lin Dong didn't even ask about the price, he just wanted to see the property. Yes, we can, but, Cui Jia began. That's fine, let's go see it. Lin Dong interrupted. Cui Jia hesitated for a moment before replying, Alright, Mr. Lin, please wait a moment. I'll go get the key. As Cui Jia returned with the key and they were about to head to view the property, a woman in her 30s, still graceful, who was a senior employee nearby, spoke up. Xiao Jia, are you two going to see the penthouse in Building 1? She overheard their conversation. Yes, Sister Lu. Xiao Jia, it's not that I'm criticizing you, but the houses here aren't just open for anyone to view, especially not the penthouse in Building 1. It's designed by foreign masters. If something gets damaged, who can afford to compensate? Sister Lu, I'll be careful. Xiao Jia, you've just started and don't understand the intricacies of this business in our line of work, you must have keen insight. Look at him, does he seem like someone who can afford a house here? This Sister Lu pointed at Lin Dong without reservation. Sister Lu, I believe Mr. Lin isn't that kind of person. Sai, if you won't listen to Sister Lu, then it's up to you. But remember, after you're done, make sure to clean the floor thoroughly and leave no footprints. Understand? I understand, Sister Lu. After saying this, Cui Jia took Lin Dong directly to the penthouse on the top floor of Building 1. Upon entering, Lin Dong was immediately struck by the luxury. It truly lived up to its name as the penthouse, with extravagant decorations. Walking up to the floor-to-ceiling windows, 3 meters high and over 10 meters long, Lin Dong gazed at the scenery before him, feeling as if he could overlook all beneath him, akin to standing at the peak of the world. Mr. Lin, this is the penthouse of Building 1. The glass of this floor-to-ceiling window is imported bulletproof glass from abroad, 10 centimeters thick. Even ordinary missiles couldn't damage it, and it boasts high transparency without obstructing sunlight. The value of just this window exceeds 10 million. Additionally, the magnificent chandelier above your head, imported from France, can change colors in over 10 different shades. This is the kitchen. This is the bedroom. This is the study. This is the wine cellar. This is the restroom. This is the living room. This is the entertainment room. Then, the two proceeded to the 28th floor. Here, there was an indoor swimming pool, with water changed daily and purified to be sterile, safe for direct consumption. After Cui Jia finished speaking, she scooped some water with her hand and brought it to her lips to drink, aiming to convince Lin Dong of the cleanliness of the water. Their exploration took another hour. As they were leaving after viewing the property, Cui Jia turned to Lin Dong and said, Mr. Lin, please wait here at the sales office for a moment while I finish cleaning the floor. Then, Cui Jia prepared to wipe the floor with a towel. No need to clean. I'll take this house, Lin Dong said suddenly. Hearing Lin Dong's words, Cui Jia's hands trembled. Mr. Lin, what did you just say? I said no need to clean. I'll take this house. Really? Of course. Lin Dong affirmed. Thank you. Mr. Lin, shall we proceed with the paperwork? Cui Jia asked excitedly. Yes. The two returned to the sales office. On the way, Cui Jia felt somewhat unreal. Lin Dong actually wanted to buy this house. Just now, she calculated that the total price of this house was 398 million. The commission she would receive was 398 million. She had never seen so much money in her life. With this money, she could buy 10 houses in her small hometown. Only someone like Cui Jia, who came from a small place and had just entered the industry, would believe Lin Dong's words so unquestioningly. If it were someone else, they wouldn't believe that Lin Dong, who appeared like a loser, could afford a house worth 400 million. Of course, they also wouldn't bring Lin Dong to view it.
After returning to the sales office, Cui Jia busied herself with preparing the contract and called the manager, who brought the finance department with them. By the time everything was finalized, it was already evening, but none of the staff at the sales office had left. They found it hard to believe that Cui Jia had actually sold the penthouse in Building 1. It wasn't until they received the payment that they had to accept this fact, and their hearts bled.
4 million.
This was 4 million. Just a few minutes ago, Lin Dong stood in the lobby for a few minutes without anyone approaching him at this moment. Whoever went to him would have gotten those 4 million. That sister Lu even wished she could give herself 2 slaps.
4 million.
Last year, in order to sell a house worth 800,000, she had to accompany a rich man with a big belly for a month before signing the contract. She earned 800,000 after nauseating for a month, while Cui Jia had earned 4 million in just half a day. It made her feel like she was bleeding from her heart. Lin Dong left Jiangnan International Mansion, called Zhao Xian, had dinner at the hotel, then spent over 10,000 to buy a new phone.
He directly threw his old second-hand phone into the trash. Returning to the top floor of Building 1 at Jiangnan International Mansion, this was now Lin Dong's home.
He called his university supervisor and asked for a few days off due to illness. The incident of him collapsing due to shock and vomiting blood at school had spread. Lin Dong, these past few days, has no desire to attend school. Returning there would surely subject him to ridicule from many. Awaiting his brother's purchase of a luxurious car tomorrow, he plans to drive straight back to school then, daring anyone to mock him. Zhang Shan, forsaking our 3 years of relationship for a mere 10,000 yuan purse, will surely regret it when I return to school in my multi-million-dollar vehicle.
Damn.
Reclining on an imported leather sofa, Lin Dong finds the life of the wealthy exceedingly comfortable. Lin Dong glances at the panel before him.
Host, Lin Dong. Balance, 999999501986412. Physique, 19, weak, plus. Spirit, 28, average, plus. Skills, can be freely enhanced, requiring expenditure of divine wealth points plus. Divine wealth points, 4. Without hesitation, Lin Dong allocates all 4 divine wealth points to his physique. The physique column now reads 19 instead of 15.
In an instant, Lin Dong feels warmth spreading through his body. He perceives a noticeable improvement, having suffered weakness and malaise due to malnutrition over the years. Feeling invigorated all over, he checks his body and discovers that he has indeed become stronger. Such remarkable effects? If he were to invest dozens of divine wealth points into his physique, wouldn't he be even more impressive than an Olympic champion? Lin Dong finds life exceptionally splendid. Fetching his phone, he opens WeChat, finding 2 friend requests. One from Zhao Xian. One from Cui Jia. Lin Dong accepts them both. Soon, Zhao Xian sends a message.
Lin Dong, are you asleep yet?
Not yet.
Do you need something, Xian? Can't I just message you for no reason?
Why not? If Sister Xian messages me, I'm more than happy.
Lin Dong, you have such a sweet tongue. I'm off this Sunday. Do you have time? I'd like to invite you for a swim.
After reading the message, Lin Dong envisions Zhao Xian in a bikini, feeling a surge of heat through his body. Damn, this is blatant temptation.
How can one resist the allure of such fair-skinned, beautiful-legged sister? Ultimately, Lin Dong realizes he can't resist.
So he replies,
I'm free. If Sister Xian invites, how can I not be free? Then it's settled, see you Sunday. Alright, Sister Xian. Good night, Lin Dong. Good night, Sister Xian.
Lin Dong surprisingly finds himself looking forward to Sunday. After a while on WeChat, feeling it lacks meaning, he realizes his circle is small.
His WeChat friends are mostly former classmates from junior high, high school, and university.
Though several class groups are lively, Lin Dong seldom participates.
There are also some relatives.
Only a few roommates send messages to check on him. Lin Dong's parents passed away when he was less than 10 years old due to an accident. He had lived with his second uncle until high school. During the custody dispute, his 2 uncles and an aunt fiercely fought over him. During that time, his second uncle and aunt treated him exceptionally well. Lin Dong thought that even without his parents, he could still have a good life with his second uncle. Hence, he chose his second uncle in the end. However, once custody was settled, Lin Dong's life became miserable. He endured beatings and verbal abuse, even eating leftovers.
This led to chronic malnutrition.
Only after growing up did he realize that the custody battle wasn't about him but about his parents' nearly 2 million yuan compensation. Starting from age 16 in high school, Lin Dong received not a single cent. Were it not for his aunt, eldest aunt, and uncle's help, he might have dropped out. According to the agreement, the nearly 2 million yuan compensation was to be given to Lin Dong when he turned 18, but he hasn't seen a penny yet. For this matter, his aunt, eldest aunt, and uncle have quarreled with his second uncle and aunt countless times, but what could they do? The money was in others' hands, and his aunt simply said that all that money had been spent on Lin Dong over the years, quietly estimating. Lin Dong reckons his second uncle's family has spent no more than 5,000 yuan on him over the years. It was mostly for essential school fees and a set or two of flea market clothes each year. Thinking about this, Lin Dong feels truly miserable.
Leaving the WeChat interface, Lin Dong opens the TikTok app.
In his spare time, Lin Dong enjoys browsing TikTok.
Seeing his followed anchor Shui Wire is live, Lin Dong clicks to join. Shui Wire is a TikTok anchor Lin Dong has followed since early in her career. He's been following her for over a year now.
Lin Dong can be counted as one of her first fans, from just a few to now 50,000.
The live audience has also grown from just a few people to 200 to 300.
However, Lin Dong has never sent her any gifts. He just likes listening to her voice and her songs. Actually, with Shui Wire's talents, she could do much better, but her live streams only have audio, no video. Such streams are hard to attract viewers on TikTok. After all, how many people come specifically to listen to songs?
Most come to see pretty girls.
So, despite her beautiful voice and singing, she remains a small anchor, not particularly popular.
Due to Jiang Shan's matters, Lin Dong hasn't visited Shui Wire's livestream in almost a month.
As soon as he enters the livestream, Lin Dong hears her familiar voice singing absolute devotion.
For you, I've suffered that heartache you'll never understand. Why force myself to love everything about you? You cruelly push away my defenses, tightly closing the door to count my tears. Hearing this song, Lin Dong's eyes moisten. Humble love always ends in vain. Licking the boots, till in the end, there's nothing left.
As the song finishes, gifts start flying in the live stream. However, they're all small gifts, a few yuan, a dozen yuan, not even 100. Still, Shui Wire individually thanks each giver. She's just a small anchor, so having anyone send gifts is already good.
Thank you, Brother Sinyu, for the gifts.
Thank you, Brother Gaoshan Lushui, for the gifts.
Thank you, Sister Xian, for the gifts.
Lin Dong feels sufficiently wealthy now and decides to give gifts to his favorite anchor. He proceeds to top up his Douyin account directly from his system balance, adding 10 million yuan. Then he starts sending gifts to Shui Wire. He selects the most expensive gift, the World Star. Shui Wire is currently in her livestream, thanking the brothers and sisters for their gifts. Even though she receives several hundred yuan in gifts during each broadcast session, dividing a couple of hundred or a few hundred for herself, she is already content. She doesn't mind showing her face, it's just inconvenient in her school dormitory where she shares a room with 3 roommates. They dress casually in the dorm, and as a music major, she prefers people to appreciate her singing rather than her appearance when sending gifts. Some big shots even message her, wanting to meet her and boost her popularity, but she rejects them. She feels it's akin to transactional behavior, and although she's in need of money, she refuses to stoop to that level. Suddenly, Shui Wire senses a burst of light in her livestream. Is that the effect of the World Star? Despite having never received a World Star in her over a year of live streaming, she has seen others receive them in different live streams. A World Star costs 2,000, which she typically accumulates over a week of broadcasting.
Yet today, someone is sending her World Stars?
Shui Wire hasn't yet seen who's sending the World Stars when the flashes occur again.
And again. And again.
The special effects of the World Stars continue to cascade in Shui Wire's livestream, a matchstick, sending World Star X10 to anchor Shui Wire.
A matchstick, sending World Star X11 to anchor Shui Wire. A matchstick, sending World Star X66 to anchor Shui Wire.
Such consecutive gifting of over 66 World Stars not only fills her livestream but also garners attention across the entire Douyin platform. Suddenly, numerous live streams notice Shui Wire's room being visited by a tycoon. Damn, an unknown livestream suddenly attracts a tycoon, let's go watch.
Wait for me, I'm coming too.
Shui Wire's livestream is suddenly flooded with numerous spectators, skyrocketing from a few hundred to over 1,000, with the numbers still increasing.
Thank you, Matchstick Brother, for the world stars, thank you, thank you. Kisses, I love you, Schwera loves you. Shui Wire is now quite excited and doesn't know what to say.
Yet the special effects show no sign of stopping.
A matchstick, sending WorldStar X666 to anchor Shui Wire. A matchstick, sending WorldStar X999 to anchor Shui Wire. A matchstick, sending WorldStar X1314 to anchor Shui Wire.
In the end, Lin Dong's gifting of World Stars stops at 1314 because he's a bit tired, but Shui Wire's live stream explodes, with viewership surging to 100,000.
Damn, Matchstick Brother is awesome. Matchstick Brother is mighty. Does Matchstick Brother need a follower?
Meanwhile, Shui Wire feels somewhat dazed.
What does it mean to receive 1314 World Stars? In terms of money, it's over 2,600,000.
Even if she splits it in half, she'd still get over 1,300,000. She checks the sender of the gifts, a matchstick, who has been following her for a long time but has never sent any gifts until today. Shui Wire sends a direct message.
Thank you for the gifts, little brother. Can I add you on WeChat? Lin Dong sees Shui Wire's message and sends his WeChat ID over. Soon, she adds him, little brother, thank you for the gifts. It's nothing. I've been listening to your songs for so long and never sent any gifts.
I felt quite embarrassed, so I made up for it all today.
Thank you for your support, little brother. If you have time, I'll sing exclusively for you. I'm Li Shuiwei. What's your name? I'm Lin Dong.
They exchange a few more inconsequential words, and in Li Shuiwei's 3 sentences, 2 of them express gratitude to Lin Dong. Lin Dong walks to the 3-meter-high French windows, gazing at the bustling, enchanting night view by the river outside. It's beautiful. He takes a few pictures of the night view with his newly bought phone and posts them on his Moments.
Caption: the night view by the river is truly enchanting.
Lin Dong rarely posts on Moments, but today, he's in such a good mood that he can't help it. After posting, he feels a bit tired and lies down on the luxurious king-size bed in his bedroom to sleep.
Lin Dong is off to sleep.
But there are some people on Douyin who can't sleep, especially those big anchors. Although they rank in the top 1, 2, or 3 with gifts totaling over 1 million, it's all from their agencies, and they don't get a penny.
It's the small-time contributors behind them who pocket the money. Yet just now, a small anchor's livestream received over 2,600,000 in direct gifts. Moreover, small anchors like her don't have agencies to boost them, so it's truly a big shot. Why are there still some thick leaks that haven't fallen into their bowls?
Some of them have already begun investigating Shui Wire's live stream, hoping to lure this big spender over. Li Shuiwei lay on her dormitory bed, still unable to sleep.
Tonight, 3 of her dorm mates went to socialize with boys from other dormitories.
She made excuses about feeling unwell, but truthfully, she rarely participated in such activities. After all, her family circumstances were incomparable to the others. For her to attend the music academy, her family had essentially exhausted all resources. Sometimes, she couldn't avoid attending such events. Now she truly rejoiced in her decision not to go, otherwise, she would have missed the generous reward from this wealthy benefactor. A one-time reward of 2,600,000, even prominent anchors rarely encounter such generosity, let alone someone like her, a minor anchor. Just before the live broadcast ended, a guild contacted her, expressing interest in promoting her and boosting her rankings. They mentioned connecting her with 2 moderately famous anchors, stimulating this wealthy benefactor. With his extravagance, it was conceivable he might even reward tens of millions in one go. The guild understood the temperaments of these benefactors very well. What concerned them the most? Of course, it was prestige. They absolutely could not lose face in front of their favorite anchors. Once this point was seized upon, these benefactors would continue showering gifts. Of course, the guild's aim in boosting rankings was to fleece the audience. She wouldn't receive any money, in fact, she might even have to share in fleecing the audience. But Li Shuiwei refused. She didn't want to deceive Lin Dong in this manner. Eventually, she was even threatened, being told she wouldn't survive in the anchor industry. Li Shuiwei didn't know if she would regret her decision or if Lin Dong's intentions were merely fleeting. As for the over 1 million share, she needed to consider how to sensibly utilize this money to improve her family's circumstances. Hence, tonight, she was destined to lose sleep. Meanwhile, Lin Dong's WeChat moments were abuzz with activity. The post he made about the night view of the river already had hundreds of comments.
It was because the angle he captured was exceptionally well done. One could easily tell it was taken from a room above the 30th floor of the Jiangnan International Mansion. Where was the Jiangnan International Mansion? It was the most expensive property in the entire Jiangnan province, with prices starting at 20,000 per square meter, and even a small apartment would cost a minimum of 50 million. Lin Dong actually posted a photo taken here. Comments varied. Some questioned if Lin Dong stole the image, praising the angle, while others jokingly asked if Lin Dong worked part-time as a cleaner here, hoping to befriend the local tycoons. There were even jests about him being sponsored by wealthy women. Every comment was made, but none speculated whether Lin Dong had bought a property here. The next day, when Lin Dong woke up, the sun was already high. After getting up and freshening up, he walked to the window, gazing at the river view. Lin Dong still felt like he was dreaming. What was he going to do today? Oh right, he needed to buy a car. Then it dawned on him, he didn't even know how to drive. What to do? Should he hire a driver? But hiring a driver wasn't as enjoyable as driving oneself. And did he really need a driver even if he bought a sports car? Wasn't that absurd? Enrolling in driving school now would take at least a month. Lin Dong felt he couldn't wait that long. Then he remembered there was a skill section in the system where skills could be freely added. So Lin Dong opened the panel. Another tycoon point was earned last night when he recharged 10 million on Douyin, adding up to over 500 million now, thus earning another tycoon point. Lin Dong clicked on the plus sign next to the skill points and entered car driving. Then the system began loading. After a few seconds, Lin Dong felt his brain suddenly flooded with knowledge, all related to driving. Which was the brake? Which was the accelerator? How to start? How to shift gears? How to turn? How to reverse? It felt as if he had personally driven before, and the clarity was unmatched. Lin Dong was thrilled. This system was truly miraculous. He now wished he could immediately have a car in front of him to test his skills. Exiting the International Mansion, Lin Dong arrived at the Golden Leaf Hotel. As soon as he reached the entrance, Zhao Xian came out to greet him. Mr. Lin, breakfast is ready. Please follow me. Lin Dong felt Zhao Xian was quite tactful. Last night, she affectionately called him little brother on WeChat, but today, she addressed him as Mr. Lin. This clear distinction between public and private attitudes was something Lin Dong appreciated. After breakfast, as they left the hotel, Zhao Xian deliberately approached Lin Dong, whispering softly in his ear, "Brother Lin Dong, don't forget our agreement." Her fragrant breath tickled Lin Dong's ear, making him itch with desire, and he silently cursed, "Seductress." Lin Dong then spent several $100,000 to change into a new outfit. As the saying goes, clothes make the man, just as gold adorns the Buddha. After changing from street stall goods to brand names, Lin Dong indeed felt refreshed, coupled with the 4 additional tycoon points he added to his physique last night. He appeared much more spirited, almost unrecognizable compared to yesterday, resembling a true second-generation wealthy individual. If he had worn this outfit yesterday while buying a house, he wouldn't have been kept waiting in the lobby for several minutes. After changing into his new attire, Lin Dong went to a Mercedes-Benz dealership. After selecting a Mercedes-Benz G-Class priced at over 3 million, he paid and drove away. Because of his change in appearance, he didn't encounter any salesperson who looked down on him, only to be humiliated by him swiping his card. Driving his newly purchased Mercedes G-Class, Lin Dong felt no unfamiliarity at all. He suddenly realized how incredible the system was. But there was still one problem: he could drive the car, but he didn't have a driver's license. How could he obtain one? He didn't seem to know anyone with that capability among his acquaintances. Zhao Xian? Lin Dong thought Zhao Xian might be able to help. After all, as the lobby manager of an 8-star hotel, she must know some influential people. So he drove the car directly to the entrance of the Golden Leaf Hotel and called Zhao Xian. Lin Dong, little brother, already missing big sister so soon? Zhao Xian's magnetic voice came through the phone. Sister Xian, I need your help with something. Lin Dong straightforwardly stated, "Whatever you need, just say it." "If there's anything Sister Xian can do, I won't refuse," Zhao Xian replied warmly. "Can you come out for a face-to-face meeting? I'm at the hotel entrance, sitting in the new Mercedes G-Class I just bought, without license plates yet." "Sure, little brother, wait for me a moment, I'll be right out." Less than 5 minutes later, Zhao Xian appeared outside Lin Dong's car. After Zhao Xian took the front passenger seat, she asked, "Little brother, what do you need big sister's help with?" I want to get a driver's license. Do you have connections, Sister Xian? Money isn't an issue.
Lin Dong said directly.
A driver's license? Zhao Xian felt somewhat puzzled. How could someone like Lin Dong, a super rich second generation, not have a driver's license at his age? But since he didn't mention it, she didn't ask. That shouldn't be difficult. When do you need it? Zhao Xian inquired. The sooner, the better.
Then give me your ID card, and I'll take a photo, okay? Lin Dong handed his ID card to Zhao Xian. After receiving it, Zhao Xian took a photo with her phone and sent it to someone. Then she made a phone call.
Hello?
Sis, I sent you a photo of an ID card.
Can you ask your husband to help me get a driver's license as soon as possible? Alright, I got it. Thanks, sis, and please thank your husband for me too.
After hanging up, Zhao Xian turned to Lin Dong and said, You can have it by this afternoon at the earliest.
Thank you, Sister Xian. How much do you need? I'll transfer it to you. What money? Since you addressed me as Sister Xian, let's not be so formal. Alright then, Sister Xian, are you free? Accompany me somewhere.
Lin Dong no longer held back. When little brother makes an appointment, even if I'm not free, I'll make time.
Okay, Sister Xian, buckle up, we're off.
Lin Dong started the car and left the Golden Leaf Hotel. Lin Dong brought Zhao Xian to a Porsche 4S dealership. As soon as they entered, a beautiful female salesperson approached them.
Seeing that they got out of a newly bought Mercedes G-Class, and Lin Dong's attire clearly marked him as a rich second generation, she enthusiastically asked, Sir, ma'am, are you here to see cars? Yes. Lin Dong replied. What model are you interested in? Do you have any Porsche 911 in stock? Yes, we do. Then show us. Please follow me, sir.
The beautiful saleswoman led them to the Porsche 911.
We currently have two in stock, one red and one black. Which one would you like to see?
Lin Dong glanced casually and said, I want the red one, and give me the invoice directly.
Ha!
The beautiful saleswoman was a bit bewildered.
Buying without even looking? Truly extravagant. Sir, don't you want to take a look first? Didn't we just look?
This red one, it looks good. It was the first time the beautiful saleswoman encountered such a car purchase. Just a glance at the exterior, without even looking at the interior, and directly asking for an invoice. Then please come with me, sir. She led them to the front desk and began to introduce the performance of the car. Sir, this red Porsche 911 is the latest top-of-the-line sports car, equipped with a 6-cylinder horizontally opposed twin-turbocharged engine. Before she could finish, Lin Dong interrupted, Alright, no need to introduce further. Just tell me how much. What additional options would you like? Just choose the best. Then please wait a moment while I calculate for you. 2 minutes later. Sir, it comes to a total of 3,280,000. After paying, the two sat on the sofa in the lobby, waiting for the paperwork to be processed. Zhao Xian thought that Lin Dong was buying a car for her to drive, as he had invited her to help with the driving. After all, one person couldn't drive two cars back. Though she didn't understand why he chose red, she still suggested, Lin Dong, little brother, isn't red a bit unsuitable for you? Why not the black one? I think that one suits you better. I sent this car for you, Sister Xian. I think the red one suits your style. Lin Dong replied with a smile. For me? Lin Dong, little brother, are you joking? Zhao Xian was somewhat shocked. Do I look like I'm joking? This is for you, Sister Xian. No, this is too precious, I can't accept it. Zhao Xian quickly refused. Sister Xian, since you've called me little brother, let's not be so polite. You know this amount is nothing to me, just a couple of meals. If you refuse, can we still have fun together in the future? Well then, thank you so much, Lin Dong, little brother. Zhao Xian was also extremely happy. She currently drove a car worth only 100,000 or so, with an annual salary of around 5 to 600,000. Half of her salary went to rent, clothes, and cosmetics each month, and she sent most of the remaining money back home, as her younger brother had just graduated from college and had no job yet. Therefore, despite her glamorous appearance, she had no savings and couldn't afford such a luxury car.
Moreover, the red Porsche 911 was a car that any woman would love. As the beautiful saleswoman approached them from behind, she overheard their conversation. Looking at Zhao Xian, her eyes were filled with envy, jealousy, and resentment. She also wished she had such an inconsiderate little brother who casually gave out a luxury car worth over 3 million without batting an eye. "Sir, please provide your ID or ID number so we can process the insurance and registration." "Sister Xian, use yours," Lin Dong said to Zhao Xian. "Lin Dong, little brother, this isn't quite right." Although Lin Dong said that the car was for her, Zhao Xian thought he only meant for her to drive it, but now the registration was directly under her name in this case, the car would really belong to her in the future. Zhao Xian was completely dizzy with this unexpected surprise. "Weren't we just talking about this being a gift for you? Do you think I'm joking?" "Alright then, Lin Dong, little brother, thank you so much." Zhao Xian handed her ID card to the beautiful saleswoman. Approximately a little over 10 minutes later, the charming saleswoman approached once more. "Sir, the formalities have been completed. Here are the keys and documents. You may now drive the car away," she said graciously. "Xuanjie, take these," Lin Dong said, rising as he finished speaking, then departed. Zhao Xian took the documents and keys, heading off to drive. Two cars, one after the other, proceeded along the road. Shortly after setting off, Lin Dong, who was leading, received a call from Zhao Xian. "Lin Dong, where shall we go now?" she inquired at the moment. "Would you fancy dining at a hotel?" "Though I'm not particularly hungry," he replied. "Nor am I," Zhao Xian concurred. "Shall we go to my place then?" Lin Dong suggested. "Sure." Together, they arrived at Jiangnan International Mansion. After parking, they proceeded towards Building 1. The renowned name of Jiangnan International Mansion was familiar to Zhao Xian, and given its proximity to her workplace, she often looked upon it with envy, dreaming of owning a property there someday. Although this dream seemed distant, being able to visit was still a pleasant experience. Entering the elevator of Building 1, they ascended directly to the 27th floor. Despite Zhao Xian mentally preparing herself upon arrival, she still felt somewhat dizzy from the luxurious surroundings. The resplendent chandelier overhead, the floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the river, the sofas, the television, the paintings, all exuded opulence. Living in such a lavish residence daily, Zhao Xian felt she could willingly forfeit 10 years of her life. "Please, have a seat," Lin Dong gestured to Zhao Xian, pouring her a glass of water. "Your house is truly magnificent, Lin Dong. The night view of the river from here must be breathtaking," Zhao Xian remarked, pointing towards the vast windows. "It's decent. If you wish to see it, you're welcome anytime," Lin Dong replied. "Really?" Zhao Xian inquired, somewhat uncertain. "Of course. By the way, Xuanjie, where are you from?" "I'm from Yuncheng. I've been working in Jiangcheng for 3 or 4 years now." "Have you bought a house here in Jiangcheng?" Lin Dong asked. "Not yet. With the property prices being so high in Jiangcheng, I'm not sure when I'll be able to afford one," Zhao Xian sighed. "With your income, getting a mortgage for a house in Jiangcheng shouldn't be too much of a strain, should it?" Lin Dong queried, puzzled. "My salary isn't actually that high, and I have my parents and younger brother to support. Renting a place, buying clothes, and cosmetics all entail significant expenses, leaving me with little to save," Zhao Xian explained, her voice tinged with melancholy. "Why don't you move in with me?" "I can't possibly occupy such a large house alone, and it would help you save on rent," Lin Dong suggested, though he couldn't fathom why he said it. It was rather abrupt to invite someone he had only known for 2 days to live with him. However, the words slipped out, and he found himself somewhat hopeful. Unbeknownst to Lin Dong, his relationship with Zhao Xian was different from his past with Jiang Shan. While he had been submissive with Jiang Shan, rarely asserting himself, Zhao Xian always deferred to him in decisions and actions. His subconscious quite enjoyed being with her. "Would that be all right?" Zhao Xian asked hesitantly. Though she voiced her uncertainty, she was inwardly thrilled. Moving in would mean hitching her wagon to Lin Dong's star. Whether Lin Dong might behave inappropriately didn't concern her. In fact, she might even deliberately tempt him. After all, every woman experiences that day. Zhao Xian had always been a thoughtful person. From high school to university, she had been the campus belle, pursued by many suitors, including some handsome and wealthy scions. However, she turned them all down. She had never been in a relationship because she knew what she wanted.
If she only wanted an ordinary man to spend her life with, she could have dated 10 or 20. But that wasn't what she desired. She wanted to realize her own worth, to change her destiny and that of her family. For those who could help her achieve her life goals, there was a world of difference between used and original. That's why she had never been in a relationship, waiting for this day. Lin Dong was the target to fulfill her life's ambitions. She didn't need to reach the top of the tree, just climbing to the first branch would suffice. She had never thought of marrying someone like Lin Dong, a super rich scion whose family would seek a suitable match for him. She was clear about her place. Since she had chosen this path, she had never considered marriage in her lifetime. So when Lin Dong invited her to live with him, she felt happiness descend upon her suddenly, leaving her momentarily stunned. What's wrong with that? I can't possibly occupy such a large house alone, and having someone to talk to would be nice. Of course, if you have a boyfriend, forget I said anything. To avoid any misunderstandings, Lin Dong said. No boyfriend. Actually, don't laugh at me, Lin Dong. I've never been in a relationship this whole time. I'm just wondering if my moving in would disturb you? Zhao Xian hastily replied, fearing Lin Dong might misunderstand. Never been in a relationship? That's hard to believe. Lin Dong thought to himself, but verbally he said, it won't disturb me like company. Living alone in such a big house feels a bit desolate. If you don't come, I might invite a couple of friends from school to liven things up. Since you put it that way, thank you. Shall I move in tomorrow then? Zhao Xian asked. That's settled then. Do you need any help? No, I'm fine. I don't have much stuff anyway. Alright then. You can take a look around now, see which room you'd like. Feel free to pick any on this floor. I live on the floor above. Of course, if you prefer the upper floor, that's fine too, just remember to lock the door at night, Lin Dong quipped. Lin Dong, downstairs is also reserved for you, so you can come in any time, Zhao Xian said with a hint of coquetry. A seductress, a seductress. Lin Dong thought to himself. Xuanjie, didn't you mention swimming with me? You can do that any time now, there's a pool upstairs, Lin Dong suggested. Alright. Shall we go now? Zhao Xian tempted cough, perhaps another time, Lin Dong demurred. Lin Dong felt utterly outmatched in conversation by Zhao Xian. Her half-reclined posture and alluring mannerisms made her seem naturally charming. Lin Dong felt if they continued, he might become aroused. Zhao Xian stood up and approached Lin Dong, leaning close to his ear and whispered, Lin Dong, feel free to invite me anytime. I've already bought my swimsuit, and it's waiting for someone to appreciate it. Zhao Xian's teasing left Lin Dong feeling hot under the collar. He wanted to take this seductress down on the spot, but he restrained himself and stood up, saying, Xuanjie, feel free to look around. I'll go upstairs to get something, and then we can head back to the hotel. With a flushed face, Lin Dong made an excuse to go upstairs. He couldn't bear it anymore. He now regretted inviting Zhao Xian to live with him. If she kept teasing him like this every day, who could endure it? Wasn't this a matter of life or death for him? Meanwhile, Zhao Xian remained in place, giggling mischievously. She found Lin Dong incredibly adorable. Moreover, she was pretty sure Lin Dong was inexperienced. How could someone like Lin Dong, a super-rich scion, be inexperienced? It was inconceivable. Did Lin Dong have some kind of issue in that department? Impossible. If that were the case, where would her advantage lie? How could she climb this big tree? No, Zhao Xian could only console herself inwardly. If Lin Dong knew what I was thinking now, he'd probably take me down on the spot. To suspect me of doubting his abilities is insulting. Let me show him what it means to be a master in that regard. Lin Dong ascended to the top floor, entered the bedroom, and tossed her onto the luxurious bed. He had come upstairs to escape Zhao Xian's advances, she was too good at teasing him. However, he didn't resent her at all. Taking out his phone, he opened WeChat and found several messages awaiting him. Cui Jia had sent a good morning message. There was another from his cousin, Wang Li, his aunt's eldest daughter, who was 2 years younger and in her freshman year in another city. They had a good relationship. During high school, they had lived at his aunt's house for 2 years, only moving to his other aunt's house during their senior year because the pressure of their studies was higher there, and his younger cousin was a bit of a troublemaker who might affect his studies. His other aunt had only one daughter, 2 years older than Lin Dong, who had graduated and was working now. Wang Li, Lin Dong Ge,
where did you take those photos? They're beautiful. Lin Dong replied. Lin Dong, they're taken in Zhangcheng.
If you like them, come over during the holidays, and I'll take you to see them.
Soon, Wang Li replied again, really? Don't you dare lie to me. Lin Dong, absolutely true. When have I ever lied to you, Wang Li Ge? Wang Li, alright, it's a deal, then I'll come find you during the holidays. Lin Dong, okay.
Wang Li, Lin Dong Ge, I'm a live streamer on Whale Live now.
If you're free tonight, remember to come and support me. Lin Dong, you're live streaming too?
Wang Li, Lin Dong Ge, you're so out of touch. All four of us in our dorm are streaming.
It's not only fun but also earns us some pocket money. Lin Dong, then I'll come by tonight and boost your popularity.
Wang Li, oh, by the way, Lin Dong Ge, are you still doing part-time jobs? I made over 3,000 from streaming last month, and my mom gave me another 1,500. I'll transfer 2,000 to you later. Treat Jiang Shan Jie to something delicious.
Lin Dong was touched by this.
Although they had seen each other less often since he moved away after his sophomore year of high school, their bond remained strong.
Lin Dong, no need. Buy yourself some nice clothes. When you come to Jiangcheng during the holidays, I'll give you a surprise. Wang Li, what kind of surprise? Lin Dong, it's a secret. Wang Li, Nini.
Lin Dong Ge, I have to go to class now.
Bye. Lin Dong, goodbye.
Soon after, Lin Dong saw that Wang Li had transferred 2,000 to him through WeChat.
After thinking for a moment, he decided to accept it.
Tonight, he would give her 1,000 times, 10,000 times the gifts. Feeling that it was time to head downstairs, Lin Dong threw Zhao Xian a set of keys.
Since I've promised, I must keep it. If I really can't stand it, we won't live here anymore, alright? We'll just buy another one. It's not like I lack money. In his view, until they established a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, they couldn't be reckless. He wanted to be a responsible man.
Then the two of them prepared to return to the Golden Leaf Hotel.
Meanwhile, on the top floor of the Golden Leaf Hotel, in the chairman's office,
the general manager of the Golden Leaf Hotel, Lu Xian, was standing opposite a man in his 30s. The man was sitting in the chairman's seat, reclining half-heartedly, his feet resting on the desk. This man was Yi Hong, the chairman of the Golden Leaf Hotel and also its largest shareholder.
Lu Xian, is there anything going on at the hotel recently? Yi Hong asked. He was here on business in Jiangnan province, and this visit was unexpected. Normally, he only came once or twice a year. Chairman Yi, everything at the hotel is going smoothly.
Business is steadily increasing, with about a 20% growth compared to the same period last year, Lu Xian replied respectfully.
Not bad, Lu Xian.
You're doing a great job. Double the year-end bonus for you, and a 50% increase in bonuses for the hotel staff, Yi Hong praised.
Thank you, Chairman Yi.
Lu Xian bowed respectfully.
Alright, if there's nothing else, you can go back to your work. I just came by to take a look.
I'll be leaving soon, Yi Hong said casually. Lu Xian contemplated for a moment before speaking. Mr.
Yi, there's something I need to report to you.
Yesterday, a guest at the hotel obtained a membership card and directly charged 1 billion.
Oh? In their personal capacity or on behalf of a company? Mr. Yi Hong became interested.
In their personal capacity, and they also spent 1.5 million yesterday. Furthermore, they requested the hotel to prepare a daily meal for them, insisting on top-tier dishes.
If they couldn't make it, the food should be discarded. Why does it sound like nouveau riche behavior? How old is this person? The records show they are 21 years old, seemingly a student from Jiangnan University. 21? A student? Spending 1 billion on meals? Have you seen this person? Mr. Yi, I haven't seen them.
They were attended to by the lobby manager, Zhao Xian, yesterday. Then summon Zhao Xian to me.
Yes, Mr. Yi. Lu Xian immediately called out over the intercom, is Manager Zhao there? Please respond if you receive.
After a while, a voice answered over the intercom, Mr. Lu, Manager Zhao went out this morning and hasn't returned yet.
Lu Xian glanced at Yi Hong and spoke into the intercom, does anyone know where she went?
We don't know, she didn't inform us. Lu Xian fell silent, then looked at Yi Hong and said, Mr.
Yi, I'll call her right away. Mr.
Yi responded impassively, no need, we'll wait here to see when she returns.
Lu Xian, during working hours, leaving the hotel without notice, how do you manage things? I apologize, Mr. Yi, it's my oversight.
I'll strengthen management and thoroughly rectify the hotel, Lu Xian answered cautiously. At that moment, he felt somewhat annoyed.
What was wrong with Zhao Xian?
She usually performed excellently at work, but how did she slip up at such a crucial moment, leading him to face criticism?
Neither of them spoke further.
Yi Hong played with his phone while Lu Xian stood there, not daring to move, hoping Zhao Xian would return soon after returning to the hotel. Lin Dong went directly to the dining room.
Zhao Xian headed straight for General Manager Lu Xian's office.
When she was at the front desk, someone had already informed her that Mr.
Lu wanted to see her.
Upon finding the general manager absent from the office, Zhao Xian took out the intercom and called out, Mr.
Lu, hello, this is Zhao Xian. I'm currently outside your office, may I ask where you are?
Lu Xian felt his feet tingling from standing in the chairman's office for so long. Finally, he heard Zhao Xian's voice on the intercom. He replied, Zhao Xian, come to the chairman's office. Upon hearing Lu Xian's instruction for her to go to the chairman's office, Zhao Xian felt a pang of anxiety.
Moreover, Mr. Ye's tone seemed a bit off.
Sending her to the chairman's office must mean the chairman was present.
Mr.
Yi, the chairman, was a mysterious figure. Zhao had been working at the hotel for over 3 years and only got to see him once a year during the annual meeting. Now suddenly he wanted to see her, and she wasn't even on duty at the hotel. If she didn't handle this well, she might lose her job. Lin Dong's situation wasn't yet under control, and if she lost her job, it would be troublesome. In a rush, Zhao Xian made her way to the chairman's office. A few minutes later, she arrived at the door of the chairman's office.
Knock, knock. Zhao Xian knocked on the office door twice.
Please come in, came a steady voice from inside. Zhao Xian pushed the door open and saw General Manager Lu Xian standing while Chairman Yi Hong sat opposite.
Mr. Yi, Mr.
Lu, hello, I'm Zhao Xian, she said, closing the door and approaching nervously. Upon seeing Zhao Xian enter and introduce herself, Yi Hong observed her carefully. She was very beautiful, with a great figure. Wearing her work attire only accentuated her professional charm. He hadn't expected such an outstanding woman in the hotel. Being a lobby manager seems somewhat beneath her. Manager Zhao, leaving your post without notice during working hours, how did you ascend to the position of lobby manager?
Yi Hong asked somewhat sternly.
Hearing Yi Hong's immediate questioning, Zhao Xian felt even more nervous. The aura emitted by these higher-ups made her feel overwhelmed. However, she explained, I'm sorry, Mr.
Yi.
I left the hotel this time to accompany a client.
Accompany a client? Since when does our hotel require the lobby manager to accompany clients? Is it because of the hotel's needs or because you personally want to associate with these people?
Yi Hong's words were sharp. He understood women who were eager to climb the social ladder at any cost. He believed Zhao Xian was one of them. Initially, when he first saw Zhao Xian, he had a good impression of her. However, upon hearing her explanation about accompanying clients, he believed she was one of those women. They often engaged in such activities. Accompanying clients meant accompanying them for meals, drinks, or even more intimate activities. Mr. Yi, you can punish me, dismiss me, but please don't insult me. Today, Mr. Lin wanted to buy a car, but he had already driven a car there. So, he asked me to help bring the car back.
Mr. Lin is a VIP of our hotel, so I went.
Zhao Xian spoke with some anger. Zhao Xian felt aggrieved. Yi Hong completely saw her as someone who could be bought with money, which she couldn't accept. At least her dignity was intact for now. She was already 27 years old. In this tempting society, it wasn't easy for a woman as beautiful as her to resist temptation and maintain her integrity to this point.
Who is Mr. Lin? Yi Hong asked.
He should be the VIP who recharged 1 billion yuan yesterday, Lu Xian answered this time.
Where is he now? Mr. Lin is currently dining in private room number 3, Zhao Xian replied. Let's go.
We'll meet this VIP together and see if what Manager Zhao said is true. Yi Hong stood up and walked out of the office, with Lu Xian and Zhao Xian following closely behind.
Lin Dong was dining in the private room, indulging in the world's finest cuisine. Wealth truly brings joy.
These were the foods he wouldn't even dare to dream of before, now he was devouring them halfway and leaving the rest. As he was enjoying his meal, the door to the private room was pushed open. Thinking it was Zhao Xian, Lin Dong said, "Xian, join us for a meal." However, when he turned around, he saw a man in his 30s walking in, followed by Zhao Xian, and another man in his 40s or 50s whom he didn't recognize. However, seeing Zhao Xian's slightly unpleasant expression and reddened eyes, Lin Dong had a good idea of what had happened.
"Mr. Lin, hello, I'm the owner here, Yi Hong. Are you satisfied with the ingredients and service here?
If you have any requests, feel free to mention them, we will definitely fulfill them," Yi Hong said politely. Approaching Lin Dong, he was quite interested in Lin Dong, someone who could spend $1 billion on leisurely activities and was so young.
He must be a wealthy second generation. Making a friend like this wouldn't hurt. As a businessman, more friends meant more opportunities.
The Golden Leaf Hotel was just one of his ventures, he was involved in many other businesses. Perhaps in the future, he could cooperate with Lin Dong or Lin Dong's family.
"Mr.
Yi, I'm quite satisfied with everything here."
That's good to hear. I heard Mr. Lin is also a talented student at Jiangnan University?
Truly remarkable for someone so young, Yi Hong complimented.
Yes.
But being talented and young is one thing, I still have a sense of self-awareness, Lin Dong modestly replied.
Mr. Lin, modest as always.
Jiangnan University is one of the top 5 universities in the country. Those who study there are elites in various industries.
Here's my business card. If you need anything, feel free to give me a call. Yi Hong handed Lin Dong a gleaming business card. Mr.
Yi, I have a question for you, Lin Dong said, taking the card.
Please, go ahead. Do you sell this hotel? What? Yi Hong was taken aback.
Not only him, but Lu Xian and Zhao Xian behind him were also bewildered.
Mr. Lin, are you joking? Yi Hong smiled. Do I look like I'm joking? If you're selling this hotel, I'll buy it.
What's the joke? Lin Dong said seriously.
Do you know that the construction cost alone for this hotel was over 100 billion, not to mention the land? Mr. Lin, are you sure you want to buy it?
Of course.
If you're selling, name your price. If not, forget it.
Yi Hong stared at Lin Dong for a while. He couldn't quite figure out this young man who could spend $1 billion on leisure activities and then suddenly ask to buy the hotel. There were many who could produce a few billion in cash, but not many who could produce tens of billions in cash. Even if Lin Dong's family had assets of hundreds of billions, they wouldn't let him play like this.
Could he be one of those hidden heirs of large families?
Only those people would dare to play like this. Yi Hong thought to himself, if Mr. Lin really wants to buy, it's possible, but I need to discuss with the other directors. After all, this hotel doesn't belong to me alone.
But let me remind you, Mr. Lin, we're looking for cash. Then go ahead and discuss.
Get back to me as soon as possible, Lin Dong said indifferently.
Very well, Mr. Lin, please continue dining.
I'll give you an answer later, Yi Hong said, then turned and left the private room.
Lu Xian also left.
Zhao Xian was about to leave, but Lin Dong stopped her.
Xian, wait a moment, I have something to tell you.
Zhao Xian hesitated for a moment but decided to stay. Jobs could be replaced, but Lin Dong was a big tree she had to hold on to. When Lin Dong mentioned buying the hotel just now, she was genuinely shocked. This was hundreds of billions, and in cash. If Lin Dong really bought it and based on their relationship over the past 2 days, he wouldn't fire her.
Perhaps there would even be opportunities for promotion.
Right now, she really hoped the boss would sell the hotel to Lin Dong, and if Lin Dong really had the ability to buy it, she had already signed up with the boss. If the boss didn't change, it was hard to say whether she could keep her job. Back in his office, Yi Hong took out his phone and opened WeChat, sending a message to a small group of 4 people.
Guys, someone wants to buy our Golden Leaf Hotel in Jiangcheng. Do we sell? Soon, a person named Chen Dongsheng responded. Chen Dongsheng, who is it? So extravagant. Yi Hong, a university student named Lin Dong, studying in Jiangcheng. Liang Jia, a university student? Yi, are you being deceived? How can a university student come up with hundreds of billions to buy our hotel? Chen Dongsheng, I also think so. Yi Hong, do I look like someone who's easily deceived? Li Bin, you do. Yi Hong, enough with the jokes. Seriously, do we sell or not? Others are waiting for my reply. Chen Dongsheng, it's up to you, you're the largest shareholder. Yi Hong, even if your combined shares exceed mine. If I say sell and you all say no, then I'm stuck. Liang Jia, does he really want to buy it? Who is this person? Are you sure he has the capability?
Yi Hong, should be, he just recharged $1 billion at the hotel yesterday for leisure activities.
Liang Jia, in that case, it's probably not a joke. Who is he? How can someone so young come up with so much cash? Chen Dongsheng, it's possible he's one of those hidden heirs of large families. Li Bin, you've dealt with those heirs before, right?
Li Bin, if he really can spend hundreds of billions in cash to buy our Golden Leaf Hotel, it's almost certain he's one of them. They usually come out to endure hardships and train themselves. After a certain period, they will take over part of the family business. Yi Hong, should we investigate? Li Bin, absolutely not. If discovered, you won't even know how you died. Yi Hong, are they that powerful? It's a modern society now. Aren't you exaggerating a bit? Li Bin, there are things you haven't encountered, you don't know the depth of it. Some of them wield tremendous power. If I have the chance, I'll let you all see. Liang Jia, I've been wanting to see how impressive these so-called hidden heirs really are.
Chen Dongsheng, me too. Yi Hong, very well. Is the Golden Leaf Hotel still available for sale? Li Bin, what price is he offering? Yi Hong, he wants me to quote a price. Li Bin, what about you too? I don't mind. It's up to you. We're not short of this money anyway. If the deal goes through, I'd like to meet this person. Liang Jia, I think we can sell for 18 billion.
Initially, when the hotel was fully renovated, it was only around 12 billion. Over these years, we've made back tens of billions. Selling for 18 billion would yield nearly double the profit. Besides, I have a good project on my side. We can invest the funds there. Yi Hong, what project? Liang Jia, it's not finalized yet. After it is, we'll arrange a meeting to discuss it. Chen Dongsheng, I think that's feasible. Lao Yi, just quote 20 billion directly to him. If he negotiates, hold firm at 18 billion. If he goes lower, say we won't sell. Yi Hong, very well, I'll quote 20 billion directly and see how he responds. I'll go now and get back to you later. After the discussion, Yi Hong prepared to go downstairs to give Lin Dong a quote. Golden Leaf Hotel. Private room no. 3. Zhao Xian stayed behind and asked Lin Dong, are you really planning to buy the hotel? I am indeed. I just worry your boss won't sell. What's your boss's background? Lin Dong inquired. I'm not entirely sure. Mr. Yi seldom appears at the hotel. In previous years, he only showed up during annual meetings. I heard he has many other companies besides the Golden Leaf Hotel, which is just one of them. So mysterious? That might complicate things. He probably isn't short of this money, Lin Dong remarked. This money? Hundreds of billions or just this money? Is this the circle of these super rich individuals? It's truly frightening. Zhao Xian was nearly numb. Having worked at this top-tier hotel in Jiangnan for 3 to 4 years, she had gotten to know many clients and made friends with quite a few, some of whom had net worths in the tens or hundreds of billions. She felt she was getting closer to this circle. But these past few days, Lin Dong had given her a lesson. It turned out what she had encountered was just the tip of the iceberg. In front of these real super rich, perhaps a whim or a fancy could cost hundreds of billions. Those so-called billionaires she knew, in the presence of people like Lin Dong and Mr. Yi, probably couldn't even be considered small fries. What others casually spent could be several times her entire net worth. How could they be compared? They weren't even on the same level. Thinking of this, Zhao Xian looked at Lin Dong with eyes full of admiration. He was the ideal man in her heart. Though young, his demeanor was impeccable. Even casual conversations were about deals worth hundreds of billions, reminiscent of ancient kings guiding their kingdoms. If Lin Dong knew what Zhao Xian was thinking, he'd probably burst out laughing. Impeccable demeanor?
Guiding kingdoms?
Just 2 days ago, my girlfriend dumped me over a bag that cost just over 10,000 yuan. I'm practically broke with barely 1,000 yuan left. In this materialistic society, anyone with such wealth, as long as they're normal, probably has impeccable demeanor.
They might even outplay me in many ways.
After looking at Lin Dong, who was dining, for a while, Zhao Xian withdrew her amorous gaze and said, "Perhaps, but every commodity has its price. If Lin Dong offers a high price, Mr. Yi will surely sell."
Mr. Yi is a shrewd businessman, maximizing profit is his goal.
Hearing Xian's analysis, Lin Dong nodded thoughtfully.
That's quite possible. Come on, Xian, don't stand there, sit down and have some food. If we manage to buy this hotel, I'll have you manage it.
Upon hearing Lin Dong's words, Zhao Xian's mind buzzed, almost causing her to faint.
What did Lin Dong just say? Buying this hotel and letting her manage it? Making her the general manager?
Although she was currently the lobby manager, just one word short of a general manager, the status and treatment were not on the same level, differing by several grades. The current general manager, Lu Xian, aside from Mr. Yi and a few directors, was the highest authority here.
When Mr.
Yi was absent, he was practically the emperor here, with an annual salary and bonuses totaling in tens of millions, while she earned how much in a year? Now Lin Dong was actually saying he'd let her be the general manager if they bought the hotel?
Wasn't that reaching for the stars? Is Lin Dong joking with me?
Zhao Xian asked, somewhat dazed.
What joke? Why does everyone think I'm joking when I speak? Didn't I say it before?
If your boss gives you a hard time, I'll buy the hotel and make you the boss. Look at your eyes, all red when you came in just now. You must have been caught by your boss when we went out this morning, Lin Dong said. Upon hearing this, Zhao Xian's eyes reddened again, and tears began to flow uncontrollably. But this time was different from before. Before, it was a matter of grievance, now, it was one of gratitude and happiness. Lin Dong, we've only known each other for 2 days.
Why are you so good to me?
You gave me a car, let me stay in such a luxurious house for free, and now you're even buying the hotel and promoting me. Zhao Xian's voice choked with emotion. Lin Dong, listening to Zhao Xian's voice, turned to look at her.
Xianjia, why are you crying?
Just as Lin Dong was about to say something else, the door to the private room was pushed open. Zhao Xian quickly adjusted her state and stood aside. Yi Hong walked in, with Lu Xian following closely behind. Lu Xian had been following Yi Hong since they reached the chairman's office door. Now he was following him downstairs again. There was no choice. This was a moment that could decide his fate. The hotel might be changing hands, and if the boss changed, could he still sit in the position of general manager? Judging from Zhao Xian's relationship with this Lin Dong, it seemed unlikely. His current position had an annual salary of 6 million, plus bonuses of around 10 million. Moreover, Mr. Yi rarely visited the hotel, so this place was his domain. With some discreet profits here and there, he could easily earn millions more. Where else could he find such a good job? Over the years, he had taken advantage of his power to have his way with some female staff who wanted to climb up, even giving hints to Zhao Xian several times. But she had always ignored him. If it weren't for her strong work ability, he would have gotten rid of her long ago. At this moment, all he could do was pray that this deal wouldn't go through, otherwise, his good days would.
Lu Xian, could you and Manager Zhao step out for a moment?
Mr. Lin and I need to discuss something, Yi Hong said as he entered the room. Yes, Mr. Yi, they both replied simultaneously before leaving the room.
Mr. Lin, do you genuinely wish to acquire this hotel?
Yi Hong inquired after taking a seat.
Certainly, Mr.
Yi.
If you're willing to sell, I'm eager to buy, Lin Dong responded.
Mr. Lin, after conferring with some shareholders just now, if you're genuinely interested in buying this hotel, here's the price. Yi Hong gestured with his hand as if wielding scissors.
200 billion?
Yes, Mr.
Lin.
You're aware this hotel is situated in the most prosperous area of Jiangcheng, even the entire Jiangnan. Its decoration adheres to the highest standards, and profits have been steadily increasing each year. Purchasing at this price would definitely be worthwhile.
Very well, 200 billion it is.
However, I'm not very familiar with the transfer procedures. You can directly contact Manager Zhao for that. She'll be the general manager here in the future, Lin Dong said casually.
Just 200 billion, not a big deal.
In fact, he had never felt so cheerful even spending 200 yuan before.
Cheerful. Mr. Lin's agreement made it so. Let it be settled this way. However, the transfer procedures are somewhat cumbersome, and it may take about a week.
According to regulations, Mr. Lin will need to pay a 10% deposit. If the transaction fails due to reasons on Mr.
Lin's side, the deposit won't be refunded. Agreed.
Yi Hong took out his phone and made a call. Shortly, a voice came through the phone.
Hello, Mr. Yi, this is Zhou Wenhua. What are your instructions?
The one who answered the call was Zhou Wenhua, the financial director of the Golden Leaf Hotel. Director Zhou, please come to private room No.
3. Yi Hong instructed over the phone.
All right, Mr.
Yi, I'll be there shortly. Zhou Wenhua replied. 10 minutes later, a knocking sound was heard outside the door. Come in.
Lu Xian, both of you, come in, Yi Hong said. The door to the private room opened, and Zhou Wenhua, Lu Xian, and Zhao Xian entered the room together. Firstly, I want to announce something.
Mr. Lin and I have reached an agreement. The Golden Leaf Hotel will be transferred to Mr. Lin for 200 billion.
Director Zhou is prepared to receive the deposit and issue a receipt.
The transaction will be completed within a week, Yi Hong addressed the three.
The expressions of the three varied upon hearing the news.
Zhou Wenhua seemed indifferent.
He had been with Yi Hong for a long time, not only serving as the financial director of the Golden Leaf Hotel but also holding positions elsewhere.
Selling the hotel would actually lighten his burden. Lu Xian looked bleak.
He was a senior professional manager hired by Yi Hong from a headhunting company. Although finding another job would be easy for him if he lost this one, finding one as good would be challenging. The happiest was Zhao Xian. She was now excited, her face flushed with joy. Zhou Wenhua provided an account number to Lin Dong, who directly transferred 10% of the deposit, 20 billion, into it in exchange for a receipt issued by Zhou Wenhua. With the deposit transfer completed, the transaction was basically a done deal.
Yi Hong looked at Lin Dong with a slightly different gaze.
According to what Li Bin had said, this young man who could come up with so much cash to buy the hotel was undoubtedly from one of those hidden aristocratic families. Yi Hong didn't know much about this group. They were somewhat mysterious, and some of the more influential ones were quite terrifying. Without reaching a certain level, he couldn't even get in touch with them. It was said that these people were not merely wealthy. At this point, Lin Dong said, Mr. Yi, I'm still a student and don't have much time to handle the handover. You can just contact manager Zhao directly. She'll be the general manager here in the future.
Director Zhou, do as Mr.
Lin says, Yi Hong instructed Zhou Wenhua.
Yes, Mr. Yi.
Then, Yi Hong turned to Lin Dong and said, Mr. Lin, now that the transaction is complete, we can consider ourselves friends.
Calling me Mr. Yi feels too formal. Just call me Yi Hong.
I'm a few years older than you, so I'll take a bit of advantage.
How about calling me Yi Bro? Since Yi Bro says so, then you don't need to call me Mr. Lin anymore. Just call me Lin Bro.
Lin Dong responded with a laugh.
Great.
Lin Bro is indeed straightforward. In the future, if you come to whose city, you must contact me, Yi Bro.
Let me extend some hospitality, Yi Hong said.
Rest assured, Yi Bro. If I come to whose city, I'll definitely look you up, Lin Dong replied. He thought of his cousin's cousin, Wang Li, who was studying at a university in whose city. Maybe there would be a need for him to help out in the future. In that case, I won't bother you anymore.
I have to rush back to whose city this afternoon.
Remember, Lin Bro, when you come to whose city, be sure to find me.
I, Yi Bro, have some influence in whose city, Yi Hong said. Absolutely, Yi Bro.
Yi Hong left, accompanied by Zhou Wenhua and Lu Xian. Zhao Xian stayed behind. She knew she would now be serving this young, unconventional boss. Xianjia, I'm leaving this hotel to you in the future, Lin Dong said to Zhao Xian, who stayed behind.
Lin Dong, rest assured. I won't let you down.
I'll manage the hotel well, Zhao Xian promised.
Golden Leaf Hotel Chairman's office. Yi Hong and Lu Xian were inside.
Lu Xian, the hotel is about to change hands.
If you want to continue working here, I can talk to Lin bro.
Even if you can't become the general manager, being a department manager is also an option, Yi Hong offered.
Lu Xian couldn't afford to lose this person.
Furthermore, the difference in status and treatment between a department manager and a general manager was immense. Hastily, he replied, Mr.
Yi, if you leave, I don't want to work here either. I want to follow you.
Lu Xian, I don't have a suitable position for you at the moment.
How about I give you this year's annual salary, and you can find another job? What do you think? Yi Hong proposed. Mr.
Yi, we still have several years left on our contract.
You can't just leave me like this. Lu Xian said anxiously. Lu Xian, I've made myself clear. Why don't you understand? Do I need to spell it out for you? Do you think I'm unaware of what you've been up to these past few years? I've turned a blind eye because you haven't.
Upon hearing Yi Hong's words, Lu Xian was startled, cold sweat breaking out. Over the past few years, he had considered his actions somewhat covert, and dealing with such a hotel with an annual turnover in the billions was utterly inconspicuous. He had never imagined that the boss would find out. Lu Xian wiped the cold sweat from his forehead and said, Mr.
Yi, I understand. I'll pack up and leave immediately.
You've worked for me for a few years, so go see Director Zhou and collect this year's salary before you go.
Thank you, Mr. Yi. With that, Lu Xian left the room.
After leaving the hotel, Lin Dong prepared to buy a sports car. However, after circling around, he found none that he liked. They were all mass-produced cars, and the slightly more expensive ones were not in stock, they needed to be ordered. After purchasing a laptop and some branded clothing, Lin Dong returned to the international mansion. Reclining on the genuine leather sofa, he checked his system and found that he had gained 20 tycoon points.
Host, Lin Dong. Balance, 99999978925989996. Physique, 19, weak, plus.
Mental, 28, normal, plus.
Skills, basic level in driving plus. Tycoon points, 20. His physique had reached 19 points but was still weak.
His mental state remained at 28 points. The skills column had gained a basic level in driving.
Lin Dong added 11 tycoon points to his physique.
His physique suddenly rose to 30 points, transitioning from weak to normal.
His body continued to radiate heat. After minutes passed, the heat gradually diminished.
Lin Dong added 6 tycoon points to his mental state, increasing it from 28 to 34 points.
He instantly felt a coolness in his mind.
It seemed he had truly become smarter. He allocated the remaining 3 points to his driving skills. After doing all this, Lin Dong felt a bit sweaty. He went to the 28th floor, took off his clothes, and jumped into the clear pool.
How refreshing! Lin Dong swam back and forth in the pool, lying on the poolside, exclaiming.
Climbing out of the pool, Lin Dong saw a huge mirror. Approaching it, he saw a reflection of himself.
Is this me? Lin Dong couldn't believe it.
Although the person in the mirror still had his face, his body had completely transformed. The previous Lin Dong, though handsome, had a slender physique that couldn't support his nearly 6-foot height. But the person in the mirror had a toned body with no hint of frailty, exuding strength. After being dazed for a while, Lin Dong regained his senses and said, "This system is truly invincible." Changing into his newly bought branded clothing, Lin Dong stood before the massive mirror again. The reflection of Lin Dong was completely that of a handsome man with a well-proportioned figure, the epitome of a top-tier wealthy elite with inherited wealth.
With such looks, even being a gigolo would be more than enough.
Lin Dong said arrogantly, "Gentlemen, please watch over your girlfriends, sisters, and sisters-in-law, because I'm stepping out."
Ha ha. In the evening, Lin Dong strode into the Golden Leaf Hotel with the gait of a wealthy elite. Mr. Lin, good evening. Mr. Lin, good evening.
For beautiful receptionists greeted Lin Dong with admiration nowadays. The news had spread throughout the hotel that Lin Dong was going to become the hotel's owner. Zhao Xian had already started taking over the duties of the general manager, and the former general manager, Lu Xian, had already left. After entering the lobby, Lin Dong overheard the receptionists gossiping.
Mr. Lin is so young and handsome. Yes. Handsome and wealthy. He's like a dream lover for us. You seductive vixen, Mr. Lin wouldn't even look at you. How do you know? What if Mr. Lin actually likes someone like me? TCH, Mr. Lin likes someone like Manager Zhao. Don't you know that eating the same dish every day gets boring? If one day Mr. Lin wants to change his taste, that's when our chance will come. Unaware of the whispers behind him, Lin Dong approached the lobby, where Zhao Xian came to greet him. Sister Xian, why are you still here? Didn't I ask you to take over as general manager? Haven't you handed over the responsibilities? Lin Dong asked in confusion. Mr. Lin, I've already taken over the duties of the general manager. I came here specifically to greet you, and here's your driver's license. Zhao Xian handed Lin Dong a small booklet. Thank you, Sister Xian. You can go about your business. I'll leave after I finish eating. Oh, by the way, find out when your sister and brother-in-law are available. I want to treat them to a meal to express my gratitude. All right. I'll ask them. I'm quite busy now, and there are many things I don't quite understand, so I won't accompany you, Mr. Lin. Zhao Xian called over a receptionist to lead Lin Dong to the dining area and left. Mr. Lin, please. The receptionist respectfully said to him. I can find it myself. You don't need to accompany me, Lin Dong said. Mr. Lin, we've already reserved a private dining room for you today. Allow me to take you there, the receptionist explained. A private dining room? Why the change? Lin Dong asked. Mr. Lin, you were a distinguished guest of the hotel yesterday, so you were assigned room number 3. But today, you're the chairman of the hotel, so the chairman's exclusive room is room number 1, the receptionist explained. Very well, lead the way, Lin Dong acquiesced. After dinner, Lin Dong wandered around Jiangcheng for a while. Although it was nearly dark, Jiangcheng was a city that never slept, with many shops closing only at midnight. However, Lin Dong still couldn't find the sports car he desired. After inquiring, he learned that limited edition sports cars were almost always sold out upon release and rarely made it to 4S stores. Only a few top-tier dealerships had them for sale, at prices much higher than the original. After some thought, Lin Dong realized that the only person he knew who might have connections was Yi Hong, the former owner of the Golden Leaf Hotel. So he made a call to Yi Hong. The call was quickly answered. Lin, you've come to whose city so soon? Yi Hong's voice came through the phone. Brother Yi, I'm still in Jiangcheng. But I need a favor. I want to buy a globally limited edition sports car. Do you have any connections? Lin Dong asked. Lin, do you also like collecting limited edition sports cars? Brother Yi, what man doesn't love cars? Lin Dong chuckled. You're right, Lin, you've come to the right person. I've recently opened a dealership with some friends, specializing in selling some high-end used cars. Indeed, Yi Hong had partnered with friends to open a dealership, but they only dealt with top-tier models, none costing less than 10 million. That's great, Yi. Please help me find something suitable for me. My friend, I have a Bugatti Veyron limited edition hypercar from 3 years ago. There were only 8 worldwide, with an original price of 60 million. Due to its rarity, the price has increased to around 80 million. What do you think? Sounds good, Yi. Do you have any pictures? Send a couple to me, and I'll take a look. Sure, I'll send them to you shortly. I think this car suits you well. If you drive this into Jiangnan University, it'll definitely turn heads. You understand me, Yi. I'll transfer the payment to you directly. Lin, are you planning to come to whose city to pick it up, or should I have it shipped to you? I'll come over on May Day. It happens that I have something to do in whose city during the holiday, Lin Dong said. He planned to visit his cousin Wang Li during the holiday and upgrade her lifestyle a bit. Some things were not easy to explain over the phone. Lin Dong transferred 80 million directly to Yi Hong. Money was now just a number to him. Once the sports car was settled, Lin Dong returned to the international mansion. He opened the newly bought laptop, downloaded Whale Live, and registered an account as a matchstick. Lin Dong had never watched Whale Live before, mainly because he couldn't afford a computer. Whale Live was the largest live streaming platform on computers, while FightSound dominated the mobile end. Together, they held about 80% of their respective territories.
Entering Wang Li's live stream room, Lin Dong saw that it was nearly 11 o'clock, and the atmosphere was lively. As he entered, Wang Li was thanking the viewers for their gifts, but they were all small, worth only a few dollars each. Lin Dong checked the ranking, and it was only over 10,000, with the second spot dropping to just a few hundred. Lin Dong felt it necessary to remind Wang Li when May Day arrived. With him being a billionaire now, her gratitude seemed too cheap. If others found out, where would he put his face?
He topped up the account with 10 million and prepared to send gifts to Wang Li.
Originally, he wanted to send tens of millions worth, but he thought better of it, afraid of scaring the girl.
It would be better to leave some money for Wang Li when he visited Hu's city on May Day, to let her know about it and warn her and to prevent any suspicions about illegal activities. Thanks for the gifts from Wang Gu. Thanks for the gifts from Little Star. Thanks for the supercar from Brother Sher, thank you. After watching for a while, Lin Dong noticed someone named Brother Sher had sent Wang Li a supercar, worth 200 each, and he was at the top of the ranking. Lin Dong sent a barrage message. Little sister, call me Big Brother, and I'll get you to first place in a second? Whose city? Dormitory of Yunhu University.
Wang Li was still live streaming, thanking the gifters, when she noticed a barrage message. Without hesitation, she called out.
A matchstick little brother, is it true that you want to get me to first place in the ranking?
Of course.
Lin Dong continued to send messages. Then I'll thank matchstick little brother in advance.
At this moment, Brother Sher, who was at the top of the ranking, sent a message. Who are you, dude?
Trying to steal my top spot? Let's see if you have what it takes.
Lin Dong replied unexpectedly. Choose the most expensive super rocket directly.
Take off.
A matchstick, sending a super rocket to the host, Little Bun.
Lin Dong sent a message. Are you following?
Brother Sher, sending a super rocket to the host, Little Bun. A matchstick, sending 2 super rockets to the host, Little Bun. A matchstick, sending 3 super rockets to the host, Little Bun. A matchstick, sending 66 super rockets to the host, Little Bun. With each super rocket costing 2,000, 66 was already over 100,000. Brother Sher, who was at the top, followed with more than 10, but dared not follow further. The popularity of the live stream skyrocketed because sending 66 super rockets meant advertising across all channels. The barrage also began to fill the screen. Oh my god, he's a big shot. Why does this a matchstick feel familiar? Damn, this is the big shot from Fight Sound. He sent 2.6 million worth of gifts to the host in an hour last night. Is it true? Absolutely, it's him. I didn't expect him to come here. A big shot is a big shot, sending 66 super rockets right away. So awesome? How come I've never heard of him before? He just rose to fame, mainly in small live streams.
I see. Whose city? Dormitory of Yunhu University. Wow. Lily, who is this? So generous? Could it be another senior who has a crush on you? Yeah, it's possible. He's much more generous than Joe Sudong. That Joe Sudong even said he liked you.
We gave him your live stream number, and he only sent you over 10,000 yuan worth.
He followed with over 10 super rockets but stopped.
This person named a matchstick is really generous. At this moment, Wang Li was also puzzled. She didn't recognize this person named a matchstick, but he came in and sent over 100,000 worth of gifts directly. She had just started live streaming, and most of the viewers were schoolmates, mostly from her class. Joe Sudong was her senior, her first place in the ranking, and he was 1 year older than her, pursuing her.
Sisters, should I add him as a friend? Wang Li asked. Usually, streamers would add some wealthy friends to keep them engaged and continually send gifts.
It was said that some streamers would even meet up with wealthy viewers and make some sacrifices to keep them.
Lily, don't bother with him for now. He only sent over 10,000 yuan worth of gifts. Our Lily isn't that cheap.
If he wants to pursue you, he'll reveal himself at school. Lin Dong ceased his extravagant spending after surpassing 100,000. It wasn't about reluctance towards money. Even if he were to splurge billions or hundreds of billions on his cousin, he wouldn't bat an eye. Yet, excessive spending might startle the young lady. Perhaps it's better to visit Huqing on May Day. After gifting lavishly, Lin Dong discreetly withdrew from the livestream without revealing his identity. He wandered casually on Whale Live, and whenever he encountered a host of his liking, he effortlessly triggered a wave of overwhelming popularity. After an hour of browsing, he had already made over a dozen transactions, giving away over $1 million. His actions made headlines repeatedly. Lin Dong, under the alias One Matchstick, became somewhat renowned on Whale Live. Many fledgling hosts hoped for this magnate's visit to their streams. His mere presence would ignite a frenzy of popularity and boost traffic. After lingering for over an hour, just as Lin Dong was about to descend, he noticed two words in the top right corner of his computer screen. Curious, Lin Dong clicked on it, and the computer interface instantly redirected. Locating, please wait, it displayed. In less than 10 seconds, a batch of new live streams appeared. These streams were likely relatively close to Lin Dong, with many possibly in Zhangcheng. Lin Dong chose one with relatively high popularity and entered. To his surprise, the host turned out to be one of the three campus beauties of Jiangnan University, Han Shiyun. Han Shiyun was a prominent figure at Jiangnan University, not only stunning in appearance but also talented. Her seductive dance at the freshman gala had captivated over 80% of the male population. She had been a constant topic of discussion, reportedly having ambiguous relationships with several campus elites, yet none had managed to win her over, including Huang Junlang. These elites vied for her affection, showering her with imported delicacies, designer clothing, brand-name handbags, and even a luxury car worth hundreds of thousands from a super-rich second-generation heir. Now, that was skill floating among numerous elites without yielding to anyone, igniting their desire for comparison and conquest. Talented and stunningly beautiful, adored by many at Jiangnan University, her livestream naturally attracted a considerable audience, with thousands already tuned in. Lin Dong's appearance caused quite a stir in the livestream. After all, he had just spent over $1 million, advertised multiple times, and his account level had surpassed 100. In Whale Live, gifting items led to leveling up, one level up for every 10,000 gifts, with no upper limit. Higher levels meant more extravagant entrances. Having just spent 172,000, reaching level 172, Lin Dong was now the highest-ranked user in this stream, immediately claiming the top spot upon entry, with the runner-up only at around level 120. Welcome, One Matchstick Brother, to the livestream. Upon entering, Lin Dong heard Han Shiyun's voice and wasted no time, immediately triggering a wave of overwhelming popularity, a gift from One Matchstick, presenting a Super Rocket X1 to host Han Xiaoxiao. A gift from One Matchstick, presenting a Super Rocket X66 to host Han Xiaoxiao. Thank you, One Matchstick Brother, for the overwhelming support. Kisses. Would you like to listen to music or watch a dance? Han Shiyun asked, hoping to keep this big spender engaged. Oh damn, the Matchstick Big Brother is here. The Matchstick Big Brother is awesome. No matter which stream he enters, the 66 Super Rocket combo is a must. We worship the Matchstick Big Brother. Chased after you for so long, finally got to see you. Does Chief Matchstick need a little brother to carry his bags? Countless barrage messages appeared on the screen. At this moment, another big shot entered the stream, whose level surprisingly exceeded Lin Dong's, reaching 298, instantly pushing Lin Dong to second place. This big shot, named Lang Lang, sent out a barrage message upon entering. Due to his high level, his message gleamed with golden brilliance, easily capturing everyone's attention. Shiyun, tonight, I'll top the list. Will you really go on a date with me? Yes. Ju Lang, if you top the list tonight, I'll go on a date with you tomorrow. Han Shiyun replied in a soft and melodious voice. The onlookers erupted into chatter. Oh my, who's this? Is our goddess going to be swept away? He's one of the campus elites at our school, Huang Junlang. He must be wealthy. It seems Huang Junlang is going all out tonight to win over Han Shiyun. Tomorrow's headline is already set. Let's call it Campus Elite Huang Junlang spends lavishly to win over Campus Belle Han Shiyun. This is perfect, it'll definitely make the campus headlines. Lin Dong had initially intended to leave, but upon seeing this. Damn it. Huang Junlang had Zhangshan's favor, yet he still came here to pursue Han Shiyun and even aimed to top the list and date her? Dream on. Damn it. I must ruin your plans tonight. I'll collect some interest from you first, and then gradually recover my costs. Huang Junlang was also determined to thoroughly win over Han Shiyun tonight. He had pursued her for so long, spending a considerable amount of money. Though he hadn't succeeded, he hadn't been rejected either. Each attempt left him itching for more, as Han Shiyun indeed was a woman capable of inducing excessive testosterone secretion in men. His parents were entrepreneurs, relatively famous in Jiangcheng, with a net worth exceeding $1 billion.
Hence, he was known as a wealthy campus heartthrob, lavishly spending money and renowned for it.
During his 3 years in university, as long as he set his sights on a woman, he would directly shower her with money, never failing. Moreover, he had dalliances with several female streamers, yet he found himself ineffective in Han Shuyun's case over the past few months. He had spent tens of thousands, but hadn't even touched her hand. Of course, the same held for other pursuers.
However, this only fueled Huang Junlang's desire to conquer.
Regardless of how much he spent tonight, he had to win over Han Shuyun. Not only would it satisfy his desires, but it would also put the other suitors to shame.
As for Jianshan, that's already over, almost played out. If Jianshan doesn't mind, he could tolerate a few more days. If he wants to vie for Han Shuyun's favor, he'd better scram early. Han Shuyun had been feeling down recently.
Despite her modest family background, her adorable appearance since childhood had led her parents to spare no effort in grooming her. Furthermore, her natural talent in singing and dancing had made her the center of attention from middle school to high school. Even when she arrived in Jiangcheng for university, she quickly became the object of admiration. She had been playing between several wealthy suitors, causing them to vie for her attention by showering her with various gifts. Some even attempted to gift her a BMW worth hundreds of thousands, but she dared not accept such extravagant gifts, settling for clothes and bags instead. She sold these gifts at a low price, earning herself a substantial sum of money. Later, she thought of using live streaming to encourage these individuals to gift her. In just a few months, she had received over 1 million in gift shares, much to her delight. This method was much quicker in making money compared to selling gifts at a low price. However, recently she noticed that these individuals were losing interest in her. 2 or 3 had already turned to someone else's embrace. What's more, one of her 2 main protectors, Huang Junlang, had also begun pursuing others. Rumor had it that he had been frequenting the Golden Leaf Hotel with a certain Jiang Shan these days, which made her feel a strong sense of crisis. She knew that this kind of relationship couldn't last much longer. After all, nobody was foolish. Investing so much in her without any substantial benefits was pointless. It was better to pursue someone else. So, tonight, she made a decision to hint to those pursuing her that whoever could top her list tonight would have a chance to date her. Huang Junlang, one of her 2 main protectors, was already here. Only Zhang Yang was left. With the 2 of them, she would definitely earn a lot tonight. After hearing Han Shuyun's response, Huang Junlang began preparing to top the list. Checking the total value of gifts at the top, it was 78,000, all from that kid Zhang Yang. He was in second place, having gifted nearly 400,000, which meant that he only needed to gift another 400,000 to take the top spot. Of course, that was assuming Zhang Yang didn't arrive over the past 2 years. He had also gifted over 2 million, but he had dalliances with several small-time female streamers. Zhang Yang's ID, Yang Travels Far, entered the livestream at this moment. With a level of 380, this big account immediately pushed Huang Junlang down. Sure, I'm here. Zhang Yang directly sent a barrage message. Welcome, Brother Yon, thank you for your support. Sure, tonight I'm fully prepared. I'll definitely win you over. Brother Yon, then I'll be waiting for you. Huang Junlang's barrage message interjected. Jing second, I'm still here. Don't be so full of yourself. It won't be good if you're embarrassed later. Huang Daxian, I never regarded you as a threat. Let's settle this once and for all. Although both of them spoke confidently, they were both feeling a bit nervous at this moment. Their family backgrounds were similar, and neither of them was stupid. Continuing like this would only result in mutual damage, but thinking about Han Shuyun's delicate and enticing figure and her seductive voice, both of them felt like they had taken chicken blood. Enough talk. Time to send the super rockets soaring. Lang, presenting a super rocket X1 to host Han Xiaoxiao. Yang Travels Far, presenting a super rocket X1 to host Han Xiaoxiao. Lang, presenting a super rocket X66 to host Han Xiaoxiao. Yang Travels Far, presenting a super rocket X66 to host Han Xiaoxiao. Half an hour later. Lang, presenting a super rocket X1314 to host Han Xiaoxiao. Yang Travels Far, presenting a super rocket X1314 to host Han Xiaoxiao. The live stream was going crazy. The number of viewers had exceeded 100,000. Countless awe-inspiring barrage messages appeared on the screen. Han Sure-yoon was also going crazy, but in a happy way. She never expected the two of them to be so generous, each gifting over 2 million worth of gifts. After this wave, her share of gifts was estimated to exceed 3 million, which was simply unimaginable at this moment. Hwang Junlang and Zhang Yong also began to sober up. If they continued like this, even if they managed to win Han Sure-yoon in the end, they would probably end up infuriated if they didn't.
This wasn't like an auction.
Although it was still a case of the highest bidder winning, the gifts sent out couldn't be retrieved. So, Hwang Junlang called Zhang Yong. After the call was answered, Hwang Junlang didn't beat around the bush and said directly,
Zhang second, I'm prepared to spend 5 million to win over Han Sure-yoon tonight.
If you surpass this amount, I'll withdraw, and you can return the gifts I just sent.
How about it?
After a moment of silence, Zhang Yong replied, Hwang Daxian, if you transfer 3 million to me now, I won't compete for Han Sure-yoon with you anymore.
If you think it's not enough, we can continue to struggle.
Hwang Junlang thought for a moment and said, alright. I'll transfer 3 million to you, and you're not allowed to have any contact with Han Sure-yoon in the future deal. Zhang Yong's voice came through the phone.
Hwang Junlang immediately transferred 3 million to Zhang Yong.
People at their level might be a bit despicable, but they kept their word. Hwang Junlang calculated that he had already spent over 6 million on Han Sure-yoon. Even though his family was wealthy, spending over 6 million at once still made him feel a bit heartache. However, as long as he could win over Han Sure-yoon, everything would be worth it. The reason he was willing to spend such a large sum of money on Han Sure-yoon was that Han Sure-yoon had once said that she had never had a boyfriend before. Never having had a boyfriend meant that she was still pure, and the virginity of such a top-notch woman could stimulate a man's hormones much more than that of someone like Zhang Shan.
In the live stream,
after Zhang Yong received the 3 million from Hwang Junlang, he immediately left the livestream, leaving the rocket hovering at 1314. The viewers in the livestream were confused.
How come they were just fighting to the death, and suddenly someone just quit? Hwang Junlang sent another 200 rockets, just surpassing Zhang Yong and taking the top spot.
Sure, I'm already at the top of the list.
Zhang second has already conceded and left. I'll be waiting for you tomorrow night. The live stream descended into chaos once again. Oh my god, a date tonight, who knows what's going to happen? Oh no, my heart is going to break.
Truly a goddess to losers, and a treasure trove to big shots. In an instant, all sorts of comments flooded the live stream. This was precisely the effect Hwang Junlang desired. He was asserting his dominance.
Han Sure-yoon found herself in a dilemma. She couldn't understand why Zhang Yong had suddenly left.
She had researched both of their backgrounds, and they were quite similar originally. Her plan was to let the two of them compete until their gifts were on par, and then accompany them on a date together.
With all three of them together, they wouldn't dare to do anything inappropriate to her.
But now, Zhang Yong's sudden departure had disrupted her plans. Although she had received over 5 million in gifts, going on a date alone with Hwang Junlang would definitely lead to problems. With these thoughts in mind, Han Sure-yoon sighed silently in her heart. Her perfectly flawless plan had been disrupted, and she had to accept it. Thankfully, she still had over 2 million in gift shares to console herself.